Yo, call somebody, text somebody, slap the shit out of somebody. Let them know that Roadium Radio is live up in this biatch.
You got it like the Roadium Radio.
Yeah, Dr. Dre is in full effect, and I gotta tell y'all a little something. Eazy-E is down with us. MC Ring, you know he's down with us. DJ Yella is down with us. Arabian Prince, you know he's down with us. Tony A the Wizard is down with us. JJ Fag is down with us. Timmy T, you know he's down with us. DJ Pooh Boy is down with us. Toddy B and Spade, they're down with us. My boy Ice Cube, you know he's down with us. I like to mention, so pay attention to where I'm from, Compton, but the tapes are from the Roadium. My name is Dre, listen while I play. And by the way, I'm also down with NWA. Yo, Steve at the Roadium is down with us. Slanging funky tapes, it is a must. We're number one.
Tony A. Tony A. When you're ready, go.
Welcome back, everybody, to Roadium Radio, episode 82. 82, what is it? We only have a couple of more till we hit 100, okay? But before I introduce my special guest, let me go ahead and make a couple of announcements. All CDs have been mailed out today. And we only have a few more of the High C Scandalous album that was released in 1991, produced by me. So you can still order it. We got a few left. And once again, the Roadium mixtapes, 4 of them were mixed by me, and the other 4 were mixed by Dr. Dre. Late 80s, 87 to 90, if I'm correct. And for those of you that like hard copies, here you go. Once again, I only got a few left. Most likely, when I finish with these, I probably won't print these again. Okay, so get them while you can. Other than that, once again, I'm still being asked if you could still donate to the DOCUMIXERY, to the Chicano rap documentary. And I said, yes, you still can. We've already met our goal. And let me go ahead and say this. If those of you that still want to donate, the incentives are still the same. You can still get your name on the documentary itself. It would actually read that this documentary was made possible by, and we put everybody's names who donated. So if you want to see what incentives you receive, go to documixery.com and it'll have everything there. So once again, thank you very much for that. Subscribe to Freaky Tales Podcast. We don't have no content on Freaky Tales Podcast on YouTube yet, but we got over 600 subscribers. Honestly, that's really, really dope. We're going to go live possibly third week or the last week of this month on a Friday at 7 p.m. So stay tuned, but you'll hear more about that during the break. So other than that, subscribe, follow us on Instagram. And you know what? Let me stop with all this and introduce my special guest. So without further ado, please allow me to introduce Tumix.
What's going on, man?
How you doing, brother?
Oh, man, I'm excited.
I'm excited. I'm glad you're here.
Yeah.
You know,
man.
First of all, let me ask you this. I know it's Wednesday. Shit, sometimes, dude, with all this COVID thing that's been going on.
Yeah.
I had my day set Monday, Tuesday through Friday because I would work out at the gym. Mondays would be like chest, Tuesday back or whatever. Now, since I haven't been doing my own workouts at home or at the park, I kind of forget the damn days. So I know it's Wednesday, but how was your weekend that just passed, man?
Good. I had a crazy week last week because I had a couple people pass away.
Oh,
so rest in peace to my homie Rec One from the Unity Project, who was a real, as far as our part of the underground scene. He used to throw shows, and he was like a really hardcore fan, and so I really miss him. And it kind of hit me, man. It really hit me, bro. I kind of like it really weighed on me all week, man. Really heavy. And my boy Filiano too, his father passed. So I was kind of like, by Friday I was really stressed, and then Saturday I was like, man, come on, man, slap yourself, wake up, bro. Let's go have some fun. Yeah. So I went out and just had some fun. You know what I mean? Went to go see my homies. Yeah. Smoke, you know what I mean? Kind of take my mind off, and then honestly, then Sunday I just relaxed. So I'm feeling, and then Monday I came in on Monday knowing I was gonna come see you and just be like, man, I'm hyped. I'm back to like, getting to work. Whenever I'm depressed, I'll be like, let's make music.
Absolutely.
Let's do something. Let's be creative. So that's where I'm at now. I'm in the middle of. I recorded a song last night. Shout out to the homies out there at the B-side shop. recorded a jam last night, and I'm back to work, bro.
Dope.
Yeah.
You know, music is like the glue that brings us together. It doesn't matter what nationality you are, where you're from.
Oh, yeah.
Music always brings us together, and we are here together because of music. You know.
Oh,
so
yeah.
I'm thankful for that. But you know what? One thing I wanted to share with you, because I watch a lot of TV when I have the damn time.
Right.
And I'm always asking people to DM me or text me or inbox me a good movie, a good documentary, whatever. But you know what I just seen the other day, and I'm not finished. I think there's only one season. I think I'm on episode 3 on Netflix. It's a documentary que se llama Nuestra Lucha Libre, and it's about lucha libre, wrestlers training kids coming up. And I never really seen, even though I'm a huge lucha libre fan, I never really seen the way they trained. And they talk about Santo, Blue Demon, Mil Máscaras.
Oh, word. That's dope.
You know? So it's actually pretty good.
Oh, you know what? And I'm a wrestling addict, and I haven't seen that. I'm
Yeah.
a wrestling addict.
No
Like
shit.
WWF, all AW. I'm a wrestling addict. So I haven't seen that one.
Yeah.
Dude, I used to watch Glow. Remember Glow? I used to watch
Yeah.
Glow. Oh, that's what's up. I'm not knowing about that one.
Okay.
It's a lucha libre one.
It's called Nuestra Lucha Libre. So
Yeah, you know the Mexican wrestlers, bro. They always have the freshest names.
yes.
You know,
Yeah.
like when we really think about how dope their names are. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I think the only people that have dope names like that are the Japanese wrestlers.
Right,
They
right,
kind of like like in the Japan they have a wrestler named Asuka who's her name is the Empress of Tomorrow. Like that's hard. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like or the other ones like the Queen of the Sky. Like they have sick ass
Right.
Japanese anime names.
Right.
You know, but
And-
we do it right. You know?
In that documentary, since you brought that up,
Yeah.
there's a Japanese man that came from Japan to live in Mexico to study and
The
to
Mexican way.
the Mexican
Yeah.
way, bro. So it's actually pretty good. He talks
Oh,
perfect
yeah.
Spanish.
Oh yeah, that
know.
sounds like that sounds like something Japanese people would do. Dude, I'm repping Sasha Banks. That's a wrestler right now. You know what I mean? That's a legit boss right there. But I definitely now I gotta check that because I'm a monster like from Hulk Hogan era, Ric Flair, all that. Like I collect the toys. We're talking about the toys a little bit. I'm all man. I still right now that the pandemic's popping, I'm watching it more than ever because I'm bored out of my mind.
Right,
It's
right.
one of the few things that still cracks. You know what I mean?
Right. And you were telling me that you actually collect figurines, the wrestling figurines?
Yeah, the old. Anybody knows about the old LJN, the big heavy rubber ones? I've got like 70 of them. I think they made 130, and I have like 70 of them. And the only ones I don't have are some of them are just repeats, where it's like the same toy with a different. You know how they paint it, different shorts or whatever. You know. So, but I've almost got everyone I've ever wanted. But except I play with them, you know what I mean? I played with them,
Right.
so they're not like in the box or nothing. You know what I mean? I rock them, right? You know what I mean?
Right.
So I turned Junkyard Dog. I remember when Coco Beware came out. Remember Coco Beware?
Yeah.
I took white out and painted Junkyard Dog's hair, like to turn him into Coco Beware. You know what I mean?
Oh.
I was all into all the toys, bro.
Did you ever go to any wrestling matches, man?
Oh yeah, I've been to WrestleMania, SummerSlam. I've been to 2 SummerSlams. Shout out to my boy Craigie. And I've been to 1 WrestleMania. And then my dad, one time when I was really young, he took me to the Grand Olympic Auditorium.
Oh, yes.
One time when we were young, and we
Yes.
saw, the headline match was Junkyard Dog versus Macho Man.
Wow.
So I got to see them.
Wow.
That was the only time I got to see Macho Man. I got to see Tito Santana, who obviously when they play LA, you got to bring the mech. You know, Tito.
Right.
They had Tito. They had Paul Orndorff, Mr. Wonderful. You know, it was really dope, man.
See, my experience with the Olympic Auditorium was when my dad took me, and there were 2 wrestlers. They were called Gorman and Goliath. And they were with Andre the Giant, so it was a 3-man match.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so I got to see Andre the Giant. And
You
then
got
there
to
was,
see Under the Giant?
Yes.
That's fresh.
And then there was another tag team called the Hollywood Blondes, 2 white
Yep,
guys.
I know you're talking about.
And then there was like a Japanese guy supposedly knew karate, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, but when you got Andre the Giant walking towards your ass, doesn't matter how many kung fu chops you're going to give him.
Oh, yeah.
It's over.
I remember the Hollywood Blondes. Yep. They were on UWF.
Yeah.
Yep, I remember I was all into wrestling when I was a kid. That's what's up, though. Were you, I know, because you're early hip hop right there. Were you doing shows at the Casa Camino Real right there?
No.
Okay.
I
Because I
never-
remember the kid, not even being old enough, or I wasn't really part of that scene, but I remember right over there, it was like
Right.
Casa Camino Real, and I was always remembering
You
that.
know, And I'm glad you brought that up because I just had Tony G here not too long ago, a couple of days ago.
I heard, yeah.
And great interview, by the way. And he blessed us with a great interview. And we were talking about him DJing at the Casa Camino when I used to go see him, Joe Cooley, and Walker, the whole Cadian Mixmasters.
That's what's
you
up.
know, and it was just an awesome experience. I think it was either a year and a half ago. They did like I don't know how many year reunion, and they hired Mellow Man Ace to be like the main act to perform. He performed with his live band, and I went with them, and I got to experience. It was cool because they just played nothing but like disco the whole night. You know?
It brought it back to the
Brought it
real.
back,
Yeah,
yeah.
that's what's up.
So-
yeah, I remember that spot. I remember kind of like I was just a little too young for it.
Yeah.
But I remember always like
I got to see the Fat Boys, Salt and Pepper.
wow.
Like a bunch of groups like went by there.
you saw the Fat Boys.
I saw the Fat Boys.
That's
Yeah.
what's up.
Yeah, so I was blessed and fortunate with that. But you know what? You brought up your father.
Yeah.
And you were telling me that your father was a big influence, if I'm correct, because he was in a band or
Yeah, my dad. My name's Alejandro Jr. Because I'm a son of my dad, obviously the junior. But my dad was in Mexico City. I guess my dad had a band, right, called like the Blue Devils or something back, and their style was more like like a Bill Haley and the Comets. You know, like 1, 2, 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock, rock to the that kind of like it was like Mexican like rock, but like sock hop,
Okay.
like you know what I mean. Like there's this one group that has a dope song like Despeinada,
Oh, yeah, I remember that.
Despeinada. It's like, so from what my dad told me and showed me from the pics, he was like, that's where we were on some like that kind of like early rock shit, Bill Haley and the Comets. And then so and my dad plays keyboard, guitar. My dad writes short stories. My dad writes dude, I got 1,000 songs. My dad probably has 1,000 songs that no one's ever heard. He just writes and writes and writes for himself, bro. He just sits with a Casio and he makes songs just like for no one hears him, bro, ever. He just makes music. So that's where I'm influenced by him. He was always making music. My dad did community theater. I was too young to understand though. I wasn't like, not that I wasn't jockeying my dad, but I would watch him do it, but I wasn't like over his shoulder. Like, I was like, my dad makes music, that's all he does. He wasn't trying to be an artist or nothing. He just did it while he worked or whatever. But so little did I know that as I got to be a teenager, my dad, it was natural for me to be like, I want to make music. My dad makes music. You know what I mean? And so that's how that and the fact that when I went to high school, people around me were making music that were my friends and being successful. And so it made me never think I couldn't do it.
Oh, dope.
Yeah.
Now, are you originally from out here or are you from Mexico? Or
My parents are both from DF, and then I was born in East LA.
Okay.
Yeah. But I was born in East LA, but then I think at around the age of 2, I moved to Mid City, and I lived my whole young adult on La Brea in Washington.
Okay.
So right off Sycamore Ave, right on La Brea.
What schools did you attend out there?
I went to La Cienega Elementary, which was on Adams and like Redondo. So I went to La Cienega Elementary, and then for 7th and 8th grade, I went to Pasteur Junior High on Fairfax and 18th Street. But then when I was in after 8th grade, they did this thing where they turned Pasteur into a magnet school.
Okay.
So they were like on some like, busing, and I guess I was in magnet school material, right? So because I'm, put in the white kids or whatever. So then they were like, you get the option to go to 3 other schools. And my parents, being on some like, they saw where the schools were, they were like, oh, you can go to Paul Revere Junior High School in Brentwood. And so what my mom did was, my mom was like a housekeeper. So my mom did the fake address hustle. You know about that fake address hustle? Like my mom acted like she lived there even though she was just working there. And so the fake address hustle got me to go 9th grade to Paul Revere. And then after that, I went to play football for Hamilton. I actually made the team, and I spent all summer about to go to Hamilton High. And at the last minute, like 2 weeks before school started, my best friend in the world was like, fuck this spot, man. We know everybody here. Let's go to a school. We don't know anybody. He's like, we know everybody here. We've been going to school with everybody here for our whole lives. It's like, let's go somewhere where we don't know anybody.
Right.
And for some reason, I went with him. Like he just put that idea in my head, and I was like, fuck it, let's go to Palisades. Maybe there was some girls I liked or something. I don't know. But I literally stopped playing football after I made the team. Kind of disappointing. But I went to Palisades, bro, and I ended up going there and barely graduating.
Oh,
But at
okay.
least I went out there. But dude, that really affected my hip hop life because I went to school with Will.i.am from Black Eyed Peas, Ahmad, Ahmad back in the days, and there was a lot of like kind of like people, LMFAO. There's a lot of like actually hip hop people, and they were actually already doing hip hop when I was in 10th, 11th, 12th grade. So watching them do their thing, it gave me that little piece of confidence to write. Ahmad would be like, I'd have a verse written on a page, but hadn't memorized it, and he'd be like, read it to me, and I'd read it, and he'd be like, keep it up, And to see people like even Will.i.am, bro, like they're already doing things, you know what I mean? So it never made me think I couldn't do it, which is really important to me because once I think I can do something, it's a wrap. As soon as I know I can do it, if I mind fuck myself to be like, fuck it, I could climb that tree, I'm gonna do it. So that's what happened. It's like I saw people being successful at it. I was like, I could do this.
That was going to be one of my next questions. Did you play any sports? But you said you play football.
I went to try to. I made the team at Hamilton, but then I opted out. And then by the time I got to Palisades, it was too late to make the team. And then right first semester of school, I had bad grades, bro. So it was a wrap. It was like 4 Ds and 2. I started ditching, bro, hanging out and doing, just wilding. Because when you go to school so far away, it's like your parents aren't gonna go to like Palisades when there's a problem, you know what I mean?
Right.
But K-Day, not to go a circle with K-Day, imagine it's 88, right?
Mm-hmm.
So 88 through 90 through 91, every morning at 7 a.m. I get on a bus and take a 1 hour ride listening to K-Day. The bus driver would be like, if you guys shut up, I'll play K-Day. So, bus to and from school, completely silent, and we got to bump K-Day for 3 years, driving up PCH.
Wow.
And so, dude, K-Day, just straight K-Day from 7 to 8 a.m. and from 3 to 4. On top of the hours we listen to it ourselves as fans. But straight up, bro. So imagine for 3 years during those important years, just looking at the window, bumping K-Day for 3 years, bro.
That's
so
dope.
it definitely, music was always like, you know.
Yeah. When would you say, because for me, I want to say it was 6th grade when I first heard like my first rap song, which is Rapper's Delight. About how old were you when you first?
Oh, I know. I heard, I was in the 5th or 6th grade. How old are you? I'm 47.
52.
Okay, so I was in the 5th or 6th grade, and I heard one of my homies. My homie was from 18th Street, and we would go to his older brother's house, and this fool was playing Blowfly.
Oh shit.
And so he was playing, you never heard a record talking about pussy or whatever. You know what I mean? So
You can cuss, bro.
I know. I know. But it would be like, yeah, motherfucker. And you know what I mean? The record was so X-rated, right? It wasn't even like Richard Pryor or nothing, but it was Blowfly. So I was like, what the fuck is this? And then Blowfly led to Sugar Hill Gang, of course.
Oh.
I was listening to the radio and everything on the radio, and then Sugar Hill Gang changed everybody's life, you know what I mean? Like,
Right.
And then I started getting into whatever the radio would serve up, Slick Rick and Dougie Fresh and Run DMC. I mean, I was addicted to East Coast hip hop, Run DMC, Salt and Pepper, all that. You know,
And I'm glad you said that about East Coast hip hop because that's where it came from.
For sure,
Okay,
you can never deny that.
Yeah, and I think out here, I think about the only hip hop song that I had ever heard at that time from out here, if my mind serves me correctly, was "Cold Wind Madness" by Ice-T.
Okay, and he's from New Jersey too, though, right? Yeah.
There you go.
But still, he's from New Jersey.
I remember hearing that, and I remember when he did, I interviewed Krista Glove Taylor here, when he produced "Reckless" by Ice-T.
Okay, yeah.
So we're starting to get, little trickles of, hip hop out here from Mixed Match Spade to Toddy T, King T.
All that is what I started. Whatever K-Day was serving up was, because, K-Day was serving it up before any other station. So,
Right.
yeah, whatever dude, Mixed Master Spade, the Batarram.
Yeah, of course.
Oh,
Yeah.
my God. I was anything that came down the pipe, bro. I was, like I said, bro, I've gone to the Roadium to buy tapes. Since I lived in Mid-City, the Mid-City swap meet was the one that was, I could walk there from my house. So I don't know if they would bootleg y'all tapes or buy them. I don't know if they're buying them or bootlegging them.
Steve might have sold
Yeah. So every now and then I would get the chance to go to the Roadium. But if not, I could go to the Mid-City swap meet and they'd have them there too. You know, and I always had a job. Like I had a job at 13. So I always had, like, lucky for me, like I had a job at 13. So man, I would go, dude, I had credit with the Koreans, bro.
Bruce?
I had credit. They would be like, anything you want, because they knew I would be like, they knew I got it, bro, because I work at a video store on La Brea Pico, Top
Okay.
Video. So they would see me there, and they'd be like, and then I'd buy a lot of stuff, so they'd always be like, you're good. So I could literally go to the swap meet with no money, pick out 2 or 3 tapes, and they let me pay like a week later or
Wow.
whatever.
So your first job was at 13?
Yeah, Top Video.
Top Video.
Yeah,
That was VHS?
La Brea and Pico, yeah. I was
Wow.
addicted to. Man, I watched so many movies, man. I worked Friday after school, so I worked from 5 p.m. to midnight on Friday, then Saturday and Sunday noon to midnight,
Wow.
and cash straight under the.
Now,
under
when the
table,
owners
man.
weren't around, did you ever put on any porn for you to watch?
all the time, I would take the pornos home. You know what we would do when it's time to close, right? So we close at 11.
Right.
You know how you got to sweep up the spot and put. Remember the video
Count
tapes?
the
You have
money
to,
and
but we
everything.
have to push all the shelves back, like put all the tapes back.
Right.
So we would put on really, really, really disgusting porno, so we could hurry, like transvestite shit, so we could get the fuck out of there. So we'd be like, oh, hurry up, vacuum fast. So they would put on, the manager would put on some disgusting porn. So we'd be like, oh, come on, hurry up, let's go, I want to go home.
Damn.
And that way, we would speed vacuum, bro, like clean, like, oh, dude. So yeah, I'll do, but I watched, imagine like, so that's 20 hours, right? 12. Dude, 24, like 30 hours a weekend, right? Or the weekend. All I did was watch movies. So I watched 6 movies a day. That's why my vocabulary, like a lot of people, because I'm a Chicano MC, they're always like, man, your vocabulary is kind of like, some people be like, oh, you be talking white or whatever. I'm like, nah, bro, I just read. I watch movies. You know what I mean? Like, I know what people from Britain sound like. I know what people, you know?
Yeah.
I know what words mean when political people say words. I know what they mean, bro. And I access them. I ask white people old language. I access it. It's mine too, you know. So it's like, so that's why I've always my verbiage has always been a little bit like, for a lot of Chicano rappers or Chicano rap fans. At first, when we first came out, people were like, of Mexican descent, Tumex. They expected more of like the first wave of Chicano hip hop, or more of the lighter shade of brown, stuff like that. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like party stuff. And me and my partner Danny were for some reason we weren't like that.
Right.
We were just on some like. Trying to go from 0 to 100 and shit.
That's real interesting. Because my first job, I often mention it, was 11 years old selling records for Steve Yano.
At 11?
Yeah, at 11 years old.
At the swap meet?
At the swap meet. The Vermont swap meet in the city of Gardena, across the street from Ascot, for those of you that grew up in Gardena. And Ascot was where they used to race the cars.
Yeah.
And they used, Johnny knows because they used to race bikes there, if I'm correct, like BMX bikes, ramps.
Oh, okay.
They had all kinds of shit right there. And that's where I first met Steve. Worked with him for about 3 years, and he went to the Roadium. So I was a Swami baby. And then my second job was, I was still in high school, and I worked at Pacific Video in Long Beach. So I
you're
catch the bus.
So you
all
get
the way
it, bro.
to
You're a
Long Beach.
video dude like me,
I'm a
bro.
video dude. Then, so a lot of people don't know, when I was 18 years old, I convinced my mom, let's open up my own video store.
Oh,
And
what?
we opened it up right down the street.
What?
Yeah, I owned my own video
And you
store.
just bought all the movies?
I bought all the
Like-
movies. I knew where to go because
Oh, yeah, you knew the distributors and all the
everything.
yeah.
I knew how to do the slips and everything.
Damn, that's hustle on the next. Oh, bro, that's what's up. I was all happy just to get the posters before anybody.
Yes,
Right?
yes.
Wasn't that a big deal? Remember,
Yes.
they'd be like, you can't have that poster. That's for the window. Or they'd only send you 2 or 3, but it'd be like, if it's like Eddie Murphy Raw or whatever, that thing that everybody had to have, you would have it.
Right.
We would fight for it, but, the people that worked there longer would be like, no, that's mine, little homie, you know what I mean?
Right.
I was a
right.
kid.
I remember when La Bamba first came out on VHS. I remember I grabbed it and I was like, wow, like, we're going to rent this, you know. But people were lined up. We were doing really good.
You know what was important if you had 5 copies of something?
Yes.
Only 5 though, right?
Yes,
And people were like, you don't have that? And it's like, it's out. It's always out. Like,
I know.
Because you couldn't buy 10, 20, 30 back
No.
then. It wasn't Blockbuster, bro. It was
No.
like, 5 would be a lot. If you had 3 or 5 of one movie, even if it was, people didn't know, but you probably could have had 30 and rented them out for a month or 2. But, oh, dude, I knew that game so well, bro. I was a videotape guy. I was like a little kid. We would go to Top Video. As soon as I walk in at 12, we'd open the store. The manager, this chick Sandra, she'd pull out $20 and be like, go get a bucket of KFC and a 2-liter of Coke. We're going to start the day off right. And she was a big girl. Me and her would just be eating KFC.
I
bro.
remember when Predator came out with
Predator,
Arnold.
yeah.
Oh my God, that was such a dope ass movie.
Oh,
man.
hell yeah.
To me, to me, the 80s
Yeah.
are just the best one for everything.
Dude, my big thing was I was really into like just like with hip hop. Like something you don't know about me is I'm really into obscure hip hop. Like really, like all these groups that supposedly never made it. If their music is incredible, I celebrate it to the fullest. I love obscure hip hop. I was like that with movies. My favorite movies were always like Frankenhooker and Basket Case and all those trauma films.
Okay.
And independent, like wild, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
all those like wild and ass, weird ass, like, you know, we watching Faces of Death.
Yeah.
And all that kind of like wild stuff. So I was always into like, I didn't understand the concept, but indie movies and like indie concept of anything was always like fresh to me.
Yeah.
I was always like Frankenhooker or whatever, this and that. But yeah, bro, video, I was definitely the little video kid I worked there for about 3 years.
No shit.
Yeah, I was like, man, movies every weekend, bro. Illegal hours. Think about it. You're not 13, you're not supposed to work 12 to 12. You know what I mean?
I know. That is true.
I was wilding, but I was so happy to have a job.
To me, I'll tell you what I miss more about the 80s, okay? When you actually had to approach a girl to talk to her.
Yeah.
You know,
I tell people all the time, yeah.
you know, I mean, back then you probably had to take a girl out maybe about a month or two, possibly before you get a good nice kiss.
Man.
Today you can get a butt naked picture in a day.
Bro, the internet is just soft porn now, yeah. Well, back then, I tell people all the time, one of the biggest things I tell people on the internet all the time is talk to me like a human. If we get to know each other on the net and you don't call me where I hear your voice, or we meet up in person, then you're not my friend. You're just somebody that thinks you're my friend because we text. No, you're not my friend. Remember back then when there was only payphones?
Yes.
So you would have to be like, hey, I'm going to meet you on Friday at 6 o'clock on the corner of La Cienega and Pico. And you kind of had to be there because you were like, it's Tuesday. And you're like, Friday, I'm going to do one thing.
That's it.
That's it. That would be your one. You wouldn't be able to be like, I'm going to bounce club hop and do all this stuff.
Right.
No, it was like really important to your word was everything, you know.
And then it's like, I'm going to go to the party. Hopefully she's there. Because you couldn't text her. You couldn't,
Yes. Oh, bro, yes. Hopefully I used to go to parties at church, in the basement at church at St. Paul's Church on a Crenshaw in Washington. That was my church. And down in the basement, they would have dances. And my first DJ, so I wanted to be a DJ before I was a rapper.
Really?
So my first DJ, his name was DJ Gonzo, Jose Gonzalez. He was a DJ. He was like a quinceañera, all-purpose DJ.
Yeah.
And he DJ'd at LA High School a lot.
Okay.
And he was I think he was a volleyball coach or basketball coach at LA High School. His name was Jose Gonzalez, DJ Gonzo. And I was one of my first jobs ever was I would just carry his records. So I was his little crate homie.
Right.
And we go to the birthday parties and the quinceañeras. And dude, he had, what did you want to hear? You want to hear some hip hop? You want to hear what's on the radio? He's got a 30-minute cumbia set. He's got a
Michael Jackson, Madonna.
yes. Oh, dude, when the older people come, he's got the rock, the 1, 2, 3. So dude, he had it all. Jive Bunny, remember Jive Bunny and all that? Fucking Stars on 45.
Stars on 45.
All that shit, bro. So I was his little record boy. And then at that age, that's when I started buying. I was addicted to cassettes. I was always buying cassettes. But that's when I started getting vinyl. Shit, you want to hear, let me tell you a story about falling in love with music. When I graduated from 6th grade from La Cienega Elementary, Warner Brothers Records came to my school, and every kid that graduated 6th grade, they brought promo records. They brought 3 or 4 boxes of promo records with the little cut on them. Remember how they had the cut?
Yeah.
And so basically they were like, every kid that graduates today gets a record. Guess which one I picked out? I didn't know what was what. I just picked out Van Halen 1984 because it had a Baby Smoking on it.
Oh yeah.
And I was like, Van Halen 1984? And like that was my first record. And then after that, I was like, Mom, buy me this Run DMC 45. And then my tia bought me Musical Youth and Prince, Purple Rain. And then it was a wrap. And then I started spending my own money on records, you know what I mean?
Wow.
And I started buying,
It's funny that you say that about your first record being a rock record, because that was my first record. It was Kiss.
Oh, yeah.
The Love Gun album. And then the second one was Blondie.
That's incredible. Yeah.
Dude.
I actually watched the first video MTV ever made. I had cable back then, so I watched Video Killed the Radio Star. And
How fun was that watching MTV back then, bro?
Man, it was amazing, bro. It was it would be a big deal that they're like, we're gonna show all 14 minutes of Thriller, and it was like, you know what I mean? And they're like, they're gonna show the whole Thriller like a mini movie and all that. Like,
do you remember Richard Blade? Of course you do.
Of course.
Okay.
Big fan.
Really quick, tell you a story before we go to break. Okay.
Yeah.
I went to go see MC Hammer earlier. I think it was earlier this year, for the first time. Okay. I met him years ago, but I didn't see him perform. But I went to go see him. He did an amazing job. I turn around and I hear this guy talking in this English accent. Okay. I turn around and it's Richard Blade. I'm 52 years old, or I had just turned 52 in March. Okay.
Yeah.
And I'm starstruck, homie.
For sure. If I ever met him. Yeah.
I mean, I'm looking at him like, holy shit.
The greatest, bro. The great. Remember he had that show. What was the show he had that was on cable?
Okay, tell me if it's the same one, because I had to see him on this show. It wasn't MTV, it was called MV3.
Yeah, that's it. That's the one. It. And the you know what? And their theme song was a Billy Joel. It's still rock and roll to me.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Everybody talking about the new stuff. That was it. MV3. I watched that too, bro.
That's dope.
I was right in that world, bro. I was addicted to television, and I was addicted to music. My dad had Beatles live at the Hollywood Bowl. My dad had that one Beatles record with where you flip it over, like it's like 1968 to 90. Remember the one where they're younger and then you flip the record over and they're a little older? Right.
Well, behind you, I got pretty much every Beatles cover right at the door.
So that one, my dad had that, and those are the early records. My dad had 8 tracks. He had Santana, Aretha Franklin. He had the soundtrack to Grease.
The first 8-track that I ever seen, my brother bought it, and it was the soundtrack to Rocky.
Oh, that's what's up. Yeah. Oh, I had the Grease soundtrack rocking, bro. Like the Grease soundtrack, all that kind of shit. I was all Bee Gees. My dad had the Bee Gees. So, we had a consola.
Yeah.
Those big ass consolas. So, I was influenced by
Well, we're going to go ahead and press pause right there. We're going to come back. We're going to take a 10-minute break, and we're going to chop it up. And we want to talk about you, if I'm correct. Well, I got some nice questions for you.
Oh, yeah, we're good.
Okay, everybody. Once again, call somebody, text somebody, slap the shit out of somebody, let them know that 2 Mix is in the motherfucking building. I may start drinking early, I'm not sure, but I may wait. You got to tune in, okay? Don't fuck around. Go get yourself a beer, come back. 2 Mix is in the building. We'll be back. Welcome to Roadium Radio, and I am your host, Tony A. the Wizard. We started a GoFundMe page because we need you to help us meet our goal. And our goal is to release a Chicano rap documentary. And we need you to be a part of this. Everyone who contributes will have certain incentives offered to them. For an example, I'll name one. Your name will be on the credits of the film. Everyone who gives, everyone who contributes, their name will be on the credits. That's just one thing that we have to offer. But yet, if you read the description, you'll see other incentives for your contribution. If you've seen the Roadium Mixtape DOCUMIXERY, you will not be disappointed with this documentary shining light on Chicano rap, the Chicano culture. It is something that can be used as an educational tool now and in the future. So once again, help us meet our goals so that we can start production. And remember this, we have a voice and we will be heard.
What it do, it's Mr. Little One chilling on Roadium Radio with the one and only Tony A and John motherfucking Elkins, boy.
Hey, what up? It's your boy Mr. Shadow. You're watching Roadium Radio with my homeboy Tony A the Wizard. You know what time it is.
Yeah, what up? This is Mr. Night Owl, and you're listening to Roadium Radio with the legendary Tony A the motherfucking Wizard.
Yo, what's cracking? Nosotros somos Aqua y estamos aquí con Tony A the Wizard. You know Roadium Radio, damn it. You know what it is.
Yo, what up? This is Mellow Man Ace and Padrino, and you tuned in to Roadium Radio with my man Tony A. Keep it locked.
Yo, what's cracking? It's your boy OG Arabian Prince from the world's most dangerous group, NWA. Sitting here with my boy Tony A the Wizard on Roadium Radio.
What's up, everybody? It's your homegirl Magic Girl, and you are now listening to Roadium Radio with Tony A the Wizard.
Yo, what's up? This is Bozo, aka Emiliano. You tune into Roadium Radio on Tony Vision's YouTube channel. Let's get it.
What up, what up? It's Mr. Soto. You guys are now in tune to Roadium Radio right here on Tony Vision on YouTube. Yep.
Check it out. This is MC Poncho on the MIC. Shout out to Tony A the Wizard, Roadium Radio. You already know.
What up? This is DJ Trick, Spanish Fly, and you're watching Tony A on the Roadium Radio Show.
Big G, Roadium Radio, Tony A in full effect. Stay tuned, watch, listen. That's how we doing it over here.
Yo, what up? I'm out here. It's Big Daddy Swoles. I'm jamming with my man, Tony A the Wizard, out here on Roadium Radio. The podcast is off the hook. Check us out.
This is DJ Clientele, and you are listening to Roadium Radio with Tony A the Wizard.
Yeah, this Baby Bounce here with Tony A the Wizard. You are now tuned in to the Roadium Radio. We do it for the people. You hear me?
Mic check. Ernie G from Proper Dos, and I'm listening to Tony A the motherfucking Wizard on Roadium Radio. And if you don't know, you should know.
What's up, everybody? This is Soren Baker. I'm the author of the book, The History of Gangster Rap, in stores now worldwide. And you're listening to Roadium Radio, hosted by Tony A. Make sure to check it out. We talk about the Roadium Mixtapes. We're here. Soren Baker, Roadium Radio.
Y'all, this is Gritty Greg, and I'm chilling with Tony the Wizard on Roadium Radio.
Hey, this is Swifty Blue. I'm right here at Roadium Radio with Tony A the Wizard. Stay tuned.
It's the KAS. Here live on Roadium Radio with the one and only Tony A the Wizard.
What up, y'all? This is Kiki Smooth, the first Mexican rapper out of Compton, rich and ruthless, and you're listening to the Roadium Radio with Tony A the Grand Wizard, El Mago himself. Hey, Compton's in the house.
What's up? It's Quete Yes Guy with my harbor Ottawa homeboy Tony A the Wizard on Roadium Radio. Yes, Guy.
Hey, what's up, gente? It's your homeboy Duende. You're tuned into Roadium Radio with my homeboy Tony A the Wizard. Ya te la sabes, wey.
What up? It's your boy Baldacci the Beast, Air for Music, Face of LA, right here at Roadium Radio. Make sure y'all tune in. Your boy Tony A the Wizard.
This is Kelvin Anderson, owner of the world famous VIP Records, and you listen to my man Tony A the Wizard on Roadium Radio.
Yeah, what up? It's Lil Black, you the brown super baller, and you checking out Roadium Radio with the homeboy Tony A the Wizard.
Yo, what's cracking? It's your boy OG Big Wicked, Real Ones Apparel, Orange County. Out here with my boy Tony A the Wizard, Roadium Radio. Y'all make sure to peep it. Peace.
Que tranza raza, aquí su servidor, Sinful El Pecador, and you listening to Roadium Radio with my boy Tony A the Wizard.
Check, what's up? It's your boy Capital I Man from the Mexican crew. And you're tuning into Roadium Radio with my boy Tony A the Wizard. This motherfucker's a legend. Bah!
What's up, y'all? This is Chris the Glove, and you're watching the Roadium Radio Show on Tony Vision on YouTube.
What's up? This is Mr. D on Roadium Radio, kicking back with the homeboy, Tony A.
Yo, this is Fancy the Boss. Tune in on YouTube at Roadium Radio with Tony A the Wizard.
What's up? This is Leah Farsayer, aka the Dragon, the Serpent, the Spear. I'm on Roadium Radio with my boy Tony the Wizard.
Hey man, Nick V and Eric V, the Baker Boys in the house, hanging out with Roadium Radio and the one and only Tony the Wizard.
Tony the Wizard, aka Kylo Ren, right here on YouTube, Sundays and Wednesdays.
Tony Vision, subscribe
Tony
now.
Tony Vision, yeah.
Voice, big baby.
What's good with it? This is old creep, aka Jay Stompanato. I'm putting it down for Orange County on the Roadium Radio Show by West Coast legend DJ Tony A. We up and out this bitch.
What's up with it, dog? It's West Coast Gilly on Roadium Radio with the legend Tony A the Wizard on Tony Vision. You know what it is, West Coast to the fullest, believe that.
What's up, everybody? This is Stefan Orior listening to Roadium Radio with Tony A the Wizard.
Yo, what up? It's your boy Doughboy Tony. You tuned into Roadium Radio with West Coast legend Tony A the Wizard.
What up? It's your boy Lottie the G, straight out of Santa Ana, CA, and we right here live in the mix with the West Coast legend Tony A the Wizard on Roadium Radio, Tony Vision on YouTube.
Yo, what's up, world? This is Cool 187, above the law in the building, and you tuned into Roadium Radio with my man Tony A the Wizard.
What's up? This is Darren Vegas. You're on Roadium Radio with Tony A. the Wizard. Real West Coast hip hop history right here.
Yo, what up? Sleepy Malo in the house here at the Roadium Radio with my boy Tony A. the Wizard, giving us our voice back. One of the realest motherfuckers I know.
What's up, homie? It's homie Frankie Quinones, aka Creeper from Cholo P. And you're listening to Tony A. the Wizard on Roadium Radio. That's what's up right there.
Hey, yo, what's up, man? It's Cujo the Savage. I'm right here with Tony A. the Wizard, Roadium Radio. Everybody stay tuned, man. It's a motherfucking hit.
Yo, shout out to Roadium Radio, Tony A. the Wizard, your boy Pablo Nunez right here in the studio. Be about it, people.
¿Qué onda, muchacho? Ahí viene este miro. King with the Black Sick and el Negrito de Los Angelitos, and they're checking out that Roadium Radio with Tony A. the Wizard.
Yo, Raza, this is Wicked from the Brown Side here on Roadium Radio with Tony A. the Wizard. You know.
What up? It's your homeboy Infinite TGM, chilling with Tony A. the Wizard on Roadium Radio. Make sure you guys go check that out.
What up, everybody? This is Wicked Baby Doll, and I'm chilling with Tony A. at Roadium Radio. Check it out. Make sure you subscribe on YouTube and follow him on Instagram.
What's good? It's your boy Spanky Loco, and you tuning in to Roadium Radio with that motherfucking legend, Mr. Tony A. You know what time it is, West.
Hey, what up? This is Rebello the Dome.
And this is Dominator.
And we came straight from the 805 ready to slap that motherfucking meat on your grill, bitch.
Roadium Radio, Central Coast Click.
What up?
What up with it? This your boy OG Magoo, Los Angeles Airbrush artist, big chillin' on site with the homie Tony the Wizard on Roadium Radio. All gas, no brakes. Let's get it.
Man, you now listening to LA Icon, man, right here live with Tony A, the motherfucking Wizard on Roadium Radio.
What's up? This is Esadaz, the Spanish Fly, with that reintroduction right here on Roadium Radio with my boy, the Wizard, Tony A.
Yeah, what up? It's Spanish Fly MC, Big MOC, Mr. Most MC, on the Roadium Radio Show, baby, with Tony A, the Grand Wizard. Let's walk.
Johnny D from Spanish Fly on Roadium Radio. Your one and only Theo with the giant Cheeto.
Hey, what's up, everyone? This is Trish Toledo, and I'm over here with Tony A, John motherfucking ELKINS, and DG Media at Roadium Radio. Make sure you tune in every Wednesday and Sunday at 7 p.m.
Hey, what's up, everybody? It's your girl Blanca. Bobby D presents Uncle Snoop's Army. Chilling right here at Roadium Radio with Tony A, the Wizard. Make sure you tune in Wednesdays and Sundays at 7 p.m. on YouTube.
What up, West Coast and all hip-hop fans? This is your girl, Violet Brown, and I'm here with Tony A. the Wizard.
Yo, this is Daniel Jones, the D to the motherfucking G Media Clips, here with your boy, Tony A. the Wizard on the Roadium Radio Show.
Check, 1 2 1 2. This is Roger Live, and you are in tune to the sounds of Tony A. the Wizard on Roadium Radio, West Coast.
Yo, what's up? This is John motherfucking ELKINS, and you're tuning into Roadium Radio with my homeboy DJ Tony A. the Wizard.
And we're back. Episode 82, and I'm going to stop bullshitting and jump right back into it. 2Mix, thank you for coming, my brother.
Oh, man, I'm happy to be here, man.
Yes. So now, we went to break. Before we went to break, you were touching on in high school how you started rapping, or you started putting rhymes together. How soon after high school or during high school did you actually start getting serious with it?
Right as I was graduating high school, I started writing rhymes, and like I said, I went to school with Will.i.am and Ahmad. Ahmad had already, back in the days when I was young, so I was always like, we were like, man, the homie
came out with
he's making it. Yeah, it was like dope. And you know, in school, him and Will.i.am and a couple other cats were like playing the talent shows and everything. I was on some like, I got rhymes, but I wasn't, my confidence, I didn't have it. But right after as soon as high school ended, I was like, I'm gonna do this. And so I clicked up with my DJ Gonzo and my homie Memo and my homie Robert, who they were in our group, but they weren't really rapping. Okay. But we started writing songs, and I started rapping, and then basically through a friend of ours, this dude was like, man, you don't know about, and like I told you, my DJ, he used to work at LA High School. Okay. So this kid that we know was like, man, you don't mess with Danny with they called him Render, and they're like, you don't mess with Render. He's the dopest Mexican rapper at LA high school, and my homie was like, yeah, there's this dope Mexican rapper named Render from MCA, Mid City Artist, and dude, I went to meet him, and he was just laying on a couch with his girl, like all like a pimp, and he's like, you make music? I was like, yeah. I played him a cassette of me rapping over a beat, and then he played me a cassette of him freestyling, and then I was like, come practice with us, and he goes, I'll practice with you, but I'm solo. I'm not with you. And then me and him started practicing, and then that turned into of Mexican descent. Me, him, and the DJ. And then later the DJ bowed out because his wife, bro, was like, "You're never gonna make it. You're wasting your time." You know how the life of when you're a DJ and all you do is like the quinceañeras and everything, and your wife's always like, like you're wasting time, or you're maybe I don't know what the deal was. She was cool with me, but still, like she kind of like hated on him being in the group. So eventually we had to leave him, and that turned into a Mexican descent, which is just me and my dude Cholo Cinco.
Now you mentioned, because little things like this stand out to me. I played him a cassette of you rapping.
Oh yeah.
Where was that made up, and what was you rapping over? Was it instrumental?
I had one rhyme to my name. I had one long ass rhyme, and I rapped over. That rap was over Dwick.
Okay.
Greg and I, and then and when me and this guy started rapping, we would go around town with only three 12 inches. We had Dwick, we had Gangstar just to get a rep with that B-side, the other one, the B-side of that, and we had Scenario by A Tribe Called Quest.
Wow.
And we would only have those three records, and we would go to house parties or wherever, and if they let us rap, we'd be like, and I had one rap, dude. I had one long ass rap, and I was rapping like East Coast rappers. I was trying to I was already doing this alliteration. Like, I was already fascinated by words, right? So I was already like manifesting Mexican, the matador metaphor,
Right.
And dude, later on in life, I got really good at that. I could write 30 bars, when we walk wrong, right with wide width was water wet when we wore white. I was all into wordplay. So that, I'm telling you, right off the jump, I was trying to do advanced styles because I was listening to Poor Righteous Teachers by then.
Yeah.
And, KRS One. Of
course.
And, listening to what I consider to be stronger East Coast rap where the fools are just rapping their face off, you know what I mean? And so I was like, where's the Mexican KRS One? I was always like that. I was like, where's the Mexican Chuck D? Where's the Mexican KRS One?
Rakim.
Yeah, Rakim. Oh, Cool G rap, LL Cool J, Beastie Boys. So I was always like, where's the Mexican KRS One? So that was my goal, that striving,
Yeah, now
at the time.
What inspired that name of Mexican descent? I mean, I know.
Yeah.
Or was there a name before?
No. It's so stupid. All right, so we're in 11th grade, and my boy Memo, rest in peace, that was in my group. We were on the bus. Remember I told you with the Palisades?
Yeah.
So we were he was we had a big crew of dudes. We had a big crew, but they weren't all Mexican. We had fools from El Salvador. We had black homies. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You know how it is. Everybody got everybody. We had cholos, dude. We had a dude we had one cholo, another. I dressed like the Cure, bro. I had a fucking Cure t-shirt. You know what I mean? Everybody was everything, right? You're
That's
little.
dope.
You're everything. So my homie was like, "What do we call ourselves? We gotta call." And my homie Memo was like, "We need to call ourselves Two Mex because we're too Mexican. We're too proud, too short.
Right.
We're too Mexican, bro. We're too proud of we're in a white school, so we're always kind of dealing with 50% white kids and that whole." First time you ever went to school with white kids type shit. So it's we're too Mex, man. We're too Mexican. And I was like, yeah, that's dope. It's just me and him on the bus. No cell phones, no nothing. No pagers. So we go, as soon as they drop him off, I go straight to the Mid-City swap meet and go get me an embroidered hat. Two Mex, Mexican colors, green, white, and red.
Oh.
Next day I'm at school, two Mex, already. But that's the crew. But nobody knows that yet because we ain't been able, you don't talk on the phone, you know what I mean? You don't even it takes a minute. You'd have to gather everybody up and be like, what do you think? No, people just start calling me Two Mex because they knew I was already writing rhymes. So that was instead of the crew being called Two Mex, people were like, oh, you're Two Mex? You're Two Mex? And I was like, okay, I'm Two Mex. And then we were like, well, what do we call ourselves? The crew. And the first idea was called, we were big fans of Super Friends and all that. Okay. The Latin Legion of Doom. the Latin Legion of Doom. We were like, we should be that. And they were like, nah, of Mexican descent. And that was it. And then we were like a big crew called Mexican. And then out of that, like I said, it was like 5 people, really like 5. The school guys, none of them were really rapping. You know, fools are dancing. Fools are doing everything. My crew was like vandals, cholos, you know, like everybody, right? So the real 5, it was just me, Danny rapping, two of our best friends, and our DJ. And so that was the origins. And then 5 went into 3, went to 2. And then me and Danny really took it. I mean, we dedicated our lives to it, you know?
Dope.
Yeah.
And how soon after that did you get into the whole thing of we got a producer, or now we're doing our own beats, or now we're going to release something of our own?
First, we started we rapped first time we just rapped at a house party. And then we would go into my DJ's DJ room and rap on one track, you know what I mean? One microphone over an instrumental. And so we had 2 or 3 of those. And then we started playing shows. Aslan Underground, they took us under their wing. We met Aslan Underground at like a mecha show.
Okay.
And they put us into that kind of mecha scene. Do you remember Michael Mixon Moore?
The name sounds
the militant master mix, Michael Mixon Moore. He had a show on 88.9, and he was like a Public Enemy type. He used to have a show on a reel, and he used to take political speeches like Malcolm X and all these, like Che and all this stuff, and he would mix them in with Public Enemy and political black hip hop like that. So he seen us at a show, and he was like, I want to manage you. He's like, I manage these other guys called Aslan Underground, but you're better than them. And then he told Aslan Underground, I manage these other dudes called OMG, but you're better than them, right? So we met them, but they took us under their wing because they were older than us.
Right.
And they had knowledge of self. And they were like on some Chicano punk rock, Public Enemy shit, Rage Against the Machine before Rage shit.
Right.
And they took us under the wing, and they're the ones that told us, you guys rap good, but you're not saying shit. Because, dude, I had said something about Edward James Olmos or some shit. Like, I was just rapping. And they're like, you're just saying shit, bro. Like, you should really pay attention to what you're saying and, like, have the knowledge. Like, they were, like, on some, like, you know, Edward James Olmos was a Republican or some shit. You know what I mean?
Right.
And I was like, my mind couldn't, you know, I had to wrap my mind around those kind of things. And so they're the ones that taught us, like, be liable for what you say. And that was really important. Because from that moment on, we were like, okay, no bullshit. No, just flip, you know, rapping. No. And then we just fucking got serious. And then because me and Cholo on Cinco, Danny was already freestyling. Danny's Cholo on Cinco, he was rapping since he was in the 5th grade. This motherfucker's in junior high with an Adidas, with the Kango. Yeah, he was LL Danny, bro. Like LL Cool J with the Kango and shit. So he was really even more hip hop than me. I was, you know, so then me and him just clicked. And then Michael Mixon Moore took us to the Good Life Cafe on Crenshaw and Exposition, and that changed our lives again because that was an open mic workshop, and from there, that was our home. That was our first home. We signed up, rapped, didn't get booed, didn't get cheered, but we had such a great time there that we were like, I'm coming to this every week, and that's where we met our first wave of producers, friends, other rappers, influential groups like the Freestyle Fellowship, Volume 10, Medusa, the Far Side, you know what I mean? All these people. Yeah. And that's where we started. That's where we met producers. My first producer was DJ Khalil. You know DJ Khalil? Mm-hmm. When I was 17, he was producing for me. I had a homie named Arif Kinchin who was a actor. And he was down with them. And they were the first people like, pay $50 and go in the studio, you know?
Wow.
So DJ Khalil was actually my first producer ever.
Now, when you first started going to the Good Life, around what year was that?
It was 92. It was the January 92. The first time. The Good Life was already happening since like late 89.
Yeah.
And so I was there 90. We were like the second wave. Freestyle Fellowship and all those groups were the first, Volume 10.
But for people that may not know what you mean by
the Good Life
Fellowship and what it was like, can you kind of paint a picture?
Yeah. The Good Life Cafe. So on Crenshaw and Exposition, inside of a little strip mall that only legally holds 75 people, the Good Life Cafe was basically like a Muslim health food store, like a little ass Whole Foods before Whole Foods, with wheatgrass and healthy food, everything all like conscious, political conscious black books and, you know, Nation of Islam vibes and like very like conscious shit. And so on Thursday nights, they would have this thing called the Good Life Cafe. And it was only on Thursdays and only from 8 p.m. to 10 p.m. Only those 2 hours. And it was basically in 2 hours, when we started going there, sometimes there'd be 300 people, sometimes there'd be 1,000 people in that strip mall.
And basically it was a workshop. You go, you sign up, and you get one song every week. If you sign up, you get 1 5-minute slot. And you couldn't cuss, you couldn't disrespect women, and there was all these other rules. You couldn't bite other people's styles.
Thank you.
That was the main number one thing in the world, like no biting. If you, as soon as you, even your hand gestures, right? Like as you're rapping, everyone has their own movement. If your hand gesture with a certain way, they'd be like, that's LA Cool does that, or that's Jexo, or that's so. So you had to like, and every week you would do one song, right? And whether you got booed or cheered, you would work on your craft. So after you did your show, we would be like, man, next week I'm gonna kill them. And so you would work all week on writing one song to kill them and get there early and sign. And then it became strategy. You're like, I don't want to go first. I want to be like 16th, or like at 9:30 when it's packed, when the girls are here,
Yeah.
And that's how we met. Imagine like 300, 400 rappers all wanting to shine, and some of them helping each other out. And then out of there was already stars, and just you learn from like watching people that were dope. And me and Danny were right off the top. We didn't get booed, but we didn't get cheered, but we weren't whack. We knew we were dope anyway. So people were like, oh, these Mexican brothers are tight, and that's what we first made our first crew. Our first crew was called the Afterlife.
Wow, you know, there's so many things I want to say about that, because you know how you said you strategized, you went home, you wrote.
Yeah.
Next week I'm gonna come back and I'm gonna tear shit up. You know, you look, because you are pretty much sharpening up your craft on what you do. Okay.
Yeah.
It's almost like, if you will, practice for the bigger stage one day.
It was truly a workshop.
Yeah.
You get booed. It don't matter if you were the biggest star in the underground. If you cuss, you'll be like rapping, I'm killing this shit. Cut you like you're in the middle of blowing the fuck up. Bitch, cut you off.
Yeah.
Disrespect women, cut you off. And so and in fact, the sound providers, they were called CVE, Chillin' Villain Empire. These fools would throw the beat off on purpose to train you. So the beat's playing, then they cut the beat off at a weird place, bring it in at a weird place, not on beat, just and to force you to
keep your timing.
Yeah. So it was truly a workshop.
Wow.
And you would get criticism, and people would, there was Muslims, Christians, men, women, Mexicans, black, white people. And so you'd be like, dude, one of the greatest moments, it was a lot of Muslim cats there with the 5% vibe and all that. I could respect all that shit. Pigeon John, this rapper named Pigeon John from LA. He's Christian, right? And he's like half black, half white. There'd be all these Muslims stressing him out or being like, Christian shit is whack. And he would just look at all these Muslims and be like, how could I call my mom a devil when she makes me pancakes in the morning? And shut all of them up. You know what I'm saying? And shit like that. Like, you're learning every week. You're like, some little kid would come out of nowhere. Some like 13-year-old kid would come out of nowhere and blow the fuck up. And then next week, Onyx is in there. Biz Marquis is in there. Fucking Fat Joe, the Souls of Mischief, you know? So Exhibit, you know what I'm saying? Like, so there was people were coming by and like trying to, some people were already stars. Some people were trying to learn, and it was a workshop. And over the course of the 2 or 3 years that I was there, that's where we found our home, our crew, our producers, our scene, and that's where we started getting press. Started working for the record labels. Shortly after Volume 10 got signed to Immortal Records. You know?
Tell me about you working with the record label, because I know.
Yeah.
Look. Let me explain to the public. I know we're just barely scratching the surface, and this man's story is very rich. He's got a lot of history. So we're going to try to get to it in a timely manner. So if we jump around a little bit, or you may give us the shorter versions or whatnot, but let's stick to, because this is good. Now you start working at record labels. How does that happen?
At The Good Life, my homie Link, respect to Link, he worked for Relativity Records. And he would always come to The Good Life to pass out stickers.
Is Link a light-skinned black brother?
Yep. I know. You remember Link? He worked at Relativity. So Link would come to promote stickers, flyers, T-shirts, records, promo cassettes. Yeah. And he worked for Relativity. He'd give me the beat nuts and everything on Relativity. Right, kind of around when Easy passed, kind of that era. You know what I mean? Because Ruthless was still like on there.
Yeah.
And then long story short, he loved me. He was my homie. And he was like, you want to work for me? I started interning for him. And then I started interning for him. Then he started paying me. Then I started going to Torrance, and I had a little cubicle. at Relativity, you know, and I would be his street teamer. I was like his worker, and so I started promoting everything from Bone Thugs and Harmony to Double Deuce to, man, Stefan.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Menage a Trois, all those like ruthless groups.
Yeah.
And then everything on Relativity, the Beatnuts, you know, whatever, everything they have. Fat Joe, Kid Frost when he was on Relativity.
For people that may not know, at this time while you're working at these record labels, does of Mexican descent, do you guys have anything out yet?
By that time, no. We started making music in 91, 92, and we didn't put out our first album until 96.
Okay, so Relativity, what comes next for you?
After Relativity, Volume 10, who's part of The Good Life, gets signed to Immortal Records, Immortal Epic, on Robertson and Santa Monica, right? Where Cypress Hill, and this is where things turned too. So I started interning at Immortal Records. Because of the Mexicans too. Wild West Records. Remember the Mexicans were on Wild West. And so James Andrews and the Asian brother, his name slips my mind, but the two homies that worked at Wild West, James Andrews worked at Immortal. And he was like, I'm a street promoter, man, going out at night, helping, I'm living the life. And so I ended up working at Immortal Records because of Volume 10. And that's where I started working there like for a year and a half. And me and my two friends of mine, one guy named Chris Vargas and another guy named Alex B. We started our own street promotion company called Malathion.
Okay.
And that's when we started taking accounts from various labels. And so we worked for Immortal, and then I worked for Buzztone, which was Cypress Hill's management, Cypress Hill, Funk Dubious, House of Pain, all that. And that's where I got in the industry. I worked at Columbia Records. I worked at Jive. I worked at DreamWorks. All the labels, bro. They were always, because there was very few real street promoters that were doing. Man, I would go. This is how I was a dope street promoter, bro. Nobody really knows this. I used to go. Remember when the big thing was the stickers that were the full page, like AZ. So the rapper AZ, right? Rest in peace to Rob One. He got me this job. So I would have these AZ stickers, this big, 8x11. I would go on the freeway, on the 10 freeway, at 4 a.m. on Robertson exit, and I would throw up a 6-foot A and a 6-foot Z, and I fucking took pictures of it and turned that shit into Chrysalis, and as soon as EMI, and as soon as I did that, for the next 5 years I had jobs. You know what I mean? Because we were like, here's pictures. Look at, and the freeway. Imagine the 10 freeway.
Yeah.
How many millions of people would see that? Even if it only ran for a day or two, right?
Right.
Millions of people. AZ. And that was it. I was getting calls from New York. Like, you want to work for me? You want to work for me? And I worked for Def Jam. The only problem was the labels were so fucking shady that half of them wouldn't pay you. And so I always had issues with the labels because Def Jam never paid me, and some labels were good to me. Like, most labels paid me, but like some of them would just trick you out, bro. They would pimp you out to do a gang of work, and then as soon as it was time to get paid or to get the plaque, they would never give it to you, and then they wait for you to quit because there's already 10 people ready to work for free. And so, because everybody wanted to be in the game, right?
Yeah.
And everybody wanted free shirts. As a street promoter and a kid, all you're getting is like free shirts and free stuff, free tickets to concerts and all that. I would go to, I literally would be the kid that when the Baker Boys had they'd be like, there's only 4 copies of this vinyl. 2 of them should go to the Baker Boys. 1 needs to go to Julio G. And I was like that kid, I'd be like, okay, I gotta take this up.
Wow.
The Baker Boys or whatever. And so I was doing that, man. I was like in the industry like that during the mid-90s. Meanwhile, the whole time, I would never mix business with pleasure. So I would never let, when I interacted with Frost or Fat Joe or any of these acts, Kid Capri, all these dudes, the Fugees, dude, I spent a whole week, rest in peace. I spent 7 days just me and Big L. The rapper Big L?
Yeah, as a matter of fact.
Me and Big L spent 7 days. I picked him up from the airport and spent 7 days with him, taking him to shows and I was the label guy. And that kind of stuff. So I did that, but I never let any of the rappers, other than Kid Capri, because I don't know why, I was such a big fan of Kid Capri, I was geeking out.
Yeah.
And he played me Ras Cats. He's like, I work with West Coast cats, and he played me a Ras Cat song, All Proud. And I was like, hell yeah, Ras Cat's the shit. Let me show you something. So it's like the only time. But all these interactions with rappers, Common, the Beatnuts, I was like, my name's Alex. I work for the label. I was like, I love hip hop, but I never was like, I rap too. Put me on. I never did that.
You know, and I'm glad you shared that. And I'll tell you why, because you were paying dues, brother.
Yeah.
You were paying dues.
I didn't know it, but yeah.
Let me say this, and I know some people are going to get upset with me, this new generation. I don't mean to pick on them, but there's a lot of rappers today in this generation that feel entitled.
Yeah,
you know,
society as a whole.
You know, because they have, 36,000 views on YouTube. You know, they never did anything close to what you did, but feel entitled. Feel that somebody, owes it to them.
Yeah.
But
that's why they suck live, though. Because they don't know what it's like to have to win a crowd over. We used to get booed, and then by the third song, we'd be getting cheered. Like I remember nobody paying attention to me. I'd be rapping, and everybody's walking by, and I'm kind of feeling like sad. And then I would close my eyes, and by the end of the song, all the hands are in the air. You know what I mean? It was like you had to pay your dues. Like they don't know they could have 1 million hits, but they don't know how to rock a show.
Yeah.
And they don't know how to. The more important thing is they don't know how to keep a fan. Yeah. Anybody can make a fan. To have fans that 25 years later you still speak to them and they support everything you do. That's why my fan base is anybody that's listening to this broadcast that's my fan. It's like, what's up, bro. My fan base will destroy you. That's like one of my models. Like my fans are nuts, bro. Yeah. You can't even, back in the day, even with a Mexican descent, you couldn't even diss of Mexican descent. Fool would be like, fuck a Fool would they wouldn't even finish the sentence. Fool would be like, fuck that. Fool would get smacked, bro. Like we had to really, the East LA part of my family, even though I was from Mid-City, the East LA part of our family was wilding, bro. We had to stop of Mexican descent from being a gang. Because when we started that group, the Raza, the young Raza was so hype on us rapping so good and everything that they wanted to turn a Mexican descent into a gang. But we've never been like, I told you, bro, I was kind of like a church boy. So I can't front like I'm from the streets. Like I was never like, I lived in the ghetto.
Right.
I lived in the whole stroll, bro. I lived on Washington La Brea, the hooker stroll, bro. I lived on the whole stroll, bro. I grew up talking to hoes. Like I know pimp jargon, bro. Like I grew up talking to bass heads and shit.
I mean, that was your home.
Yeah. So, but I'm saying, I was never like, I never pretended to be. I might have had one summer where I was a fake ass 18th streeter in my brain. You know what I mean? When you're little, like you think you're a tagger and shit. But I was a fucking mark. So, but I've always been real. The one rule about the streets is don't front if you're not from the streets. So that's why we were always legit, because we always were what we were.
Well, today on social media, everybody fronts, bro.
Yeah, for sure.
Everybody fronts. They're cyber bangers. They'll talk shit to you, but when they're in your face, it's a different story. But moving on.
Yeah.
Anyways, so now you're laying down all this foundation for your future.
Yeah.
Wow. I'm just still blown away of everybody that you've met, everybody that you mentioned. Back to Big L.
Yes.
I went to go visit my boy DJ Toro. I always like to. It's like he tells me, I always like to give you your flowers, Tony. Because he says I was the reason why he started DJing, him and DJ Red Alert.
So important, what you just said, bro. It's the most important thing. Yeah.
And so he always says, I like to give you your flowers every time I give an interview. So I like to give him his flowers. He gave me the whole tour of all of New York, pretty much, that I needed to see. And he took me where Big L, rest in peace, deceased. So I took a picture right there by his picture right there in Harlem and everything.
A little stoop and shit.
Yes. Yeah. Took me where Kid Capri sell all his mixtapes right there at the corner.
That's dope as fuck.
So he took me to Brooklyn, the wall, the Biggie mural. Took me to Biggie's home. Took me to all of that stuff. So because I grew up with all East Coast shit.
Yeah.
So, but so what happens next after you work all these record labels? You got your street promotion team. How did you transition from there to like, I'm just going to go into
artist?
Rap? Yeah, to an artist.
So the whole time, we're at the Good Life and we're developing. The whole time I'm working at label, I'm learning about how shady they are and how whack they are. But enjoying the music, enjoying having access to so much music. I would spend almost every day at Martin's Records with Walker, Crane's Records and Martin's. I would always be, Martin was like my dad, bro. Like I was kicking it with Martin all the time, every day over there. And, hustling with him. And then, long story short, meanwhile, the Good Life is doing good. Freestyle Fellowship, all these groups kind of get signed. They all get signed, but they don't really blow up. But Jurassic 5, there's this whole generation. And what happened was, of Mexican descent, by the time people keep wanting to manage us, people keep seeing us. We were managed by Darren Dash, Dame Dash's brother at one point. All this kind of stuff. We're kind of like always hot. People like Rage Against the Machine are trying to help us. All this kind of stuff. Linkin Park. So long story short, though, so basically me and Danny are like, we need to make our record, you know? And so Raka from the Dilated Peoples, Raka and Asian homie of ours named Ill Brother Chat, they have a little label called Nerve Deafness, and they funded of Mexican descent, Éxitos y Más Éxitos, which was our first 7-song EP. Wow. And it was produced by Evidence from Dilated Peoples, Kiku from Visionaries.
Yeah.
Kiku, Evidence, this brother DJ Nobody from the Low End Theory, and Ill Brother Chat. And that was our first EP and on vinyl. And so we started selling those hand to hand. And then we started, you know, we were kind of starting to get fame from The Good Life. The Good Life turned into the Project Bloat, and Freestyle Fellowship and all these groups doing good opened the doors for us. They basically opened the scene. They're like, what, you're from the Project Bloat? You're from The Good Life? So it gave us like, we could get shows. And me and Danny, I'm telling you, me and Danny are special. We knew we were dope. We weren't conceited, but we knew we were good. So we're like, we just got to keep doing this, bro, at all costs. Right. And so we just, Éxitos came out. And then we started, man, and then I discovered one of my friends, his name is D-Ski. He was like, he lives in Half Moon Bay. He's like, come up, bro. I've got this thing called a cassette duplicator. I can make 150 cassettes in like a fucking, you know. And I was like, yeah, cool. Went over there, came home with 300, 400 cassettes. Started going to Kinko's every night, making little stupid covers and shit, little covers and shit with cassettes and shit. Then we bought a CD burner. 10 CDs at a time, and we started going to fucking see, dude. Then we sold thousands of CDs. Then we started selling CDs. Then we remember how people would bootleg DVDs,
right?
So we would be like, all right, our album, every album we sold would have whatever the hot, like The Dark Knight, you know what I mean? Like
wow.
You buy our album, but it also has whatever the fuck bootleg, fucking Soul Plane or whatever the fuck is out, you know. And we were doing that, bro. And so 97, 98. And after Mexican Descent came out, our scene was getting very healthy. Yeah. And we were starting to shoot videos and just kind of do shit. And then I met like I said, then me and Danny, we're brothers, bro. We kick it every day, even today. We're brothers, but at that time, if you ever listen to Mexican Descent music, it's two people with 2 point of views. So me and Danny would always clash. Mm-hmm. And so we would literally fight like brothers. Okay. So at one point, Danny's like, I'm going solo. And then I went solo and did my thing. And that it was actually good for me because I'm way more prolific. So as soon as I went solo, within 3 years, I had 3 or 4 albums out on my own.
Wow.
And then that turned into the Visionaries and all kind of other things.
We're going to talk about those 2 or 3 albums on your own when we come back.
One of them was really important for people, yeah.
Yes, and we're definitely going to talk about it, and I want you to go into detail about that, please.
Sweet.
Again, there's so much more that we need to cover. I still want to bring up Steve Yano. I still want to bring up the Beat Junkies, the Visionaries, Rhythmatic, all those guys, how you met them, and etc. So we're going to try to get to it. If we need to go a little extra longer, cool, we will. So, but we'll come back in about 10 minutes. So once again, everybody, call somebody, text somebody, slap the shit out of somebody, and let them know that 2Mex is in the motherfucking building, and we'll be back. And I'm going to start drinking. So,
yeah, that's what's
be
up.
back.
Oh yeah, people are hitting me up for sure.
Yeah, got over 439. That's kind of hard.
What's up, it's Bella. I'm here on Roadium Radio with my boy Tony A. the Wizard. Stay tuned.
Yo, it's Ray Monique on Roadium Radio with Tony A. the motherfucking Wizard. Tune in and subscribe.
What's going down, everybody? This is Big Rich G here at Roadium Radio with Tony A. You guys got to check this out, man. Don't miss out. Tune in.
It's your boy Producer A here at Roadium Radio. It's your boy Tony A. Make sure y'all subscribe every Sunday, Wednesday, 7 p.m. with the dopest podcast popping in the motherfucking West Coast. Make sure y'all subscribe. Peace.
Yeah, this is Pablito here at Roadium Radio. I'm here with Tony A. the Wizard. Tune in.
What's cracking? It's your boy Noel G in the house, aka Hector. You guys know what time it is, right here with the Roadium Radio Show, hosted by your boy Tony A. the Wizard. Ha ha! Keep listening. We got something good for you.
What's good, beautiful ladies? It's your boy MC Magic, Tony A, the Wizard. You already know. Roadium Radio Show. Turn it up.
Yo, what's good with y'all? This your boy Big Prodigy from the legendary South Central Cartel, and I'm over here chilling with my homeboy Tony A the Wizard on the Roadium Radio Show. Make sure y'all like, share, and subscribe to the page on YouTube. And by the way, check out that interview with yours truly. You dig? Wes.
What's up, guys? This is Mayuto. You're watching Roadium Radio with Tony A the Wizard.
Hey, what's up, everybody? This is Little Silent from BOTG, the voice of the ghetto man. Tune in every Sunday and Wednesday to Roadium Radio. You already know, hosted by the legend himself, Tony A the Wizard, man. Just don't miss out, man. That should be active out here.
What's up, everyone? This is Antonio Pelayo. I'm here at Roadium Radio with Tony A the Wizard. Make sure to subscribe.
Yo, what's up, everybody? LA Baseball Head here, also known as LAFC Soccer Head, chilling on Roadium Radio with my homeboy, Tony A the Wizard.
What it do? DJ Joe Cooley. You chilling with me, DJ Tony A the Wizard, and Roadium Radio. You heard me?
What up, everyone? This is Solita. Tune into Roadium Radio, hosted by Tony A the Wizard.
What up? Susie Q in the motherfucking building. I'm here chilling with Tony A, the motherfucking Wizard. Roadium Radio, YouTube. You guys check it out. Subscribe. Spank it easy.
Yo, this is Shady Boy right here with Tony A the Wizard on Roadium Radio.
What's poppin' with it, family? It's your boy Jokes Loves Life, and you are now tuned in to Roadium Radio with the one and only Tony A the motherfucking Wizard. That's right, love life, y'all.
This your boy Weeto Trees, Roadium Radio in the house, Tony A the Wizard, what's up?
What's up, this is your boy Panther on Roadium Radio. Tune in with your boy Tony A the Wizard, and make sure you hit that subscribe button. Yeah.
This is Murray Brumfield, aka Mexicali Slim, Familia Records, and you rolling with Roadium Radio with Tony A.
Yo, what up, it's your boy DJ Kazam. We're right here live, Roadium Radio with my boy Tony A the Wizard. That's what's up.
What's up, you guys? It's your girl Mariah Avila. I'm here on Roadium Radio with Tony the Wizard. Please subscribe, like, and comment.
Yo, it's cracking. It's your homeboy, Mr. Motherfucking Junebug. And you just tuned in to Roadium Radio with Tony A the motherfucking Wizard. And don't forget, subscribe to the channel. You know.
Juvole Raza, it's your homeboy Hypnotic right here in Roadium Radio with Tony A the Wizard. Make sure you subscribe, like, and do all that. Don't forget to comment. Much love.
Yo, this is Grincho Brown on Roadium Radio with Tony A the Wizard. Keeping this shit popping, all West Coast, all love. Shout out to my Raza, we getting it.
Hey, look, this is Chunks, the San Diego All-Star, and you are now tuned in to Roadium Radio right here with Tony A the Wizard. Tap in.
Oh, man, we right here live on the Roadium Radio with our homie Tony A, Royalty, No Profile Records. Oh, man.
What's up? It's your girl Carolyn Rodriguez here at Roadium Radio. Make sure you tune in every Wednesday and Sunday to Tony A the Wizard.
What's up, y'all? This is DJ Tony G. You're listening to Roadium Radio with the homeboy, Tony A the Wizard. Roadium Radio.
Yo, call somebody, text somebody, slap the shit out of somebody. Let them know that Roadium Radio is live up in this biatch.
tear shit up. AOD, you got a level? Steve, hit record, man.
Get busy with Easy and Tony A on the 12 technique, see?
Here's a little something by a nigga like me. They never should have taken by take proceed. Yo, this is your main man team. You don't like Tony A, well, fuck. I'm rocking shit at the Roadium. Just do 1, 2, 1, 2. Right about now, you need to drop that bass.
Hey Tony,
Drop that
what bass? I bet. My name is the Croft, the CRAWFORD, the poet high C. Tony A the wizard, just as cool as a lizard, sticking out his tongue, stabbing pussy like a lizard. Ooh, so sorry, homie, I didn't mean to say that. Steve is in the house. Come on, won't you play that funky dope beat? You know you gotta throw me some Stanley ass Croft coming straight from the Roadium. You are now about to witness
Tony A.
Tell her where you from.
You don't think I'm living, well, fuck you. Who's on Saturday night in LA? Yo, feeling kinda fancy. Stop what you're doing, cause I'm about to ruin the image and the style that you used to. What the hell are you looking for? Can a young man make money anymore? Where my tools are like freaking on the floor? Or is it my job to make sure I'm poor? Disruptions is horrible, nourish not justify. Those that live at the FBI, look at mama's baby.
Get you, Dre.
Just do 1, 2, 1, 2. Right about now, Easy E and Dr. Dre's in the motherfucking house.
Times are getting crazy, it's really hard to choose it. The Roadium's a spot to get funky, fresh music. Easy motherfucking E and my homeboy Dr. Dre. MC Ren is in effect, and you know we don't play. The Roadium is hitting, but you know you can't leave until you get a deaf ass tape from Steve. Oh Steve, oh Steve, oh Steve, just give me just one more tape. Oh Steve, oh Steve, oh Steve, just give me just one more tape. Oh Steve, oh Steve, oh Steve, just give me just one more tape. Oh Steve, oh Steve, oh Steve, just give me just one more tape. Yeah, man, I came all the way down to the Roadium spot meet, man, to pick up one of them NWA tapes, man. And I talked to homeboy Steve down there, man, and he said I'm fresh out of tapes, man. How the fuck you fresh out of tapes, man? He said cause they selling like hotcakes and shit, man.
That's my man going down. Hey, mom, what's for dinner?
Welcome everybody back to Roadium Radio episode 82, and we're gonna go ahead and jump right back into it with my boy Tumix.
Yes,
yes, y'all. So, tell us about your first solo project, because I know that's a hot topic amongst a lot of people that know you.
Yeah. So after Mexican Descent, and we were starting to get a little fame, and I had already joined the Visionaries too, but we started. I did a record called B-Boys in Occupied Mexico, and it was produced by Sick Jackin, Mum's the Word, two of my producers from The Good Life, Omid and DJ Nobody. We had Control Machete on there.
Mm-hmm.
We had Sick Jackin on there, and it was that was my first record. I was really into De La Soul, right?
Yes.
So De La Soul is Dead. You know how it was like 25 songs and stuff. So I wanted to make an epic. So I made like a 19-song album, like all long and with little skit. I was like really influenced by De La Soul, and so I made this record. And like a lot of my records come out, they sell a couple thousand. People are like, it's cool. And then for some reason, everybody's like, yeah, it's cool. And then for some reason, 5 years later, 6 years later, people are like, hey, man, that shit was really... So there's something about my music that when it comes out, it doesn't hit. And then 5 years later, people can't get enough of it or they can't find it. They're on it. So B-Boys is one of those records where like it came out, people were like, yeah, it's cool. But little by little did I know that it was like being bootlegged in Mexico City on the streets, and you know what I mean?
Wow.
People, and a lot of kids are like, yo, man, I'm in Texas, and this and that, and that. And that record really got out there a lot more than I had ever thought. And that record turned out to be, honestly, the basis of my whole career.
Wow.
Because that record, it got kind of like critical acclaim and all this kind of stuff. And all of a sudden, the New York Times, it was like, 2 years after it came out, it was like New York Times, let's talk about it, all this kind of weird press, because I was never on a label. So it was just all like, so then that record, A Mexican Descent, the emergence of the Visionaries and the LA underground scene with Dilated People, Jurassic 5, People Under the Stairs, that kind of next wave of stuff. And we were part of that. So it was like, we rode that wave, and that late 90s, early 2000s was our little crest of like LA underground was cracking. And I ended up touring, man, and going to like 26 countries.
We're going to get into the 26 country thing. But, when I listen to people talk, there are things that I like to pick their brain. Like
I know.
You mentioned Sick Jack and now. Obviously, you've known him prior. How did you meet him?
We knew Psycho Realm since, I knew Psycho Realm since I was like 17. When I first started playing shows with the Mexican Descent, we would play like East LA Mecha or like Mecha shows. Mecha shows were kind of like for us, the only thing popping. So Northridge, I think it was Cal State Northridge. We did a Mecha show and we met Jack and Duke. And then we were like, oh, you're from Pico Union? Like, oh, you know what I mean? Like, that's the neighborhood next door to us. And we thought they were fresh. And we brought them to the Good Life Cafe, and they killed it at the Good Life. They got on the news. Like, they were on the news. And then we actually took them to the show where B-Real discovered them, which was a show at Placita Alvera.
Yeah.
In downtown, there was like a bunch of Mexican rappers on some early like Chicano shit. Everything was Chicano pride oriented, So it was like that, and that's where Psycho Real met Be Real. And so once they did their thing, we were always friends, bro. We would always meet up with Jack and Duke, and we would always have meetings like once every 6 months, like how are we gonna take over the game? And then kind of Psycho Real really got going, and then obviously when Duke got shot and all that went down with Duke, it derailed them temporarily while they got their whole thing. And, such an emotional blow, and everybody just started growing out their own way. And me personally, I already had a giant base with the Good Life rappers and all the Visionary. Did 100 rap homies. So Shapeshifters, I had all these homies. So I was in my own world,
Yeah.
And that's how we just grew our own little LA underground. There was all these generations before, like NWA and all that, and then we were just the next little ring.
Okay, and so now that record is released, your first one.
Yeah.
How soon after did the second or third one come out?
Immediately.
Okay.
After that, I did another record that did really good called The Mind Clouders, Fake It Until You Make It, and then after Fake It Until You Make It, I had so many songs. It was like comps. Like how you do mixtapes,
Yeah.
So 2Mex Unreleased Hits, 2Mex No Hawk, and then the Visionaries popped up in my life in '97, and we started doing, Visionaries did our first album in late '97, and that's 4 albums deep, back then.
Is that around that time you did the Visionary stuff? Because I know much love to my boy Wiz One from the Black Forest crew.
Shout out to.
Is that when you met Steve Yano?
Yeah, I met. When we were messing with, so Visionaries, Elemento, of course, shout out to Elemento. Elemento was Black Forest. And also, too, another guy in that crew, Otherwise, was part of our crew. So Otherwise was part of the Good Life. Elemento, we all intertwined. Everybody's intertwining. So we met Black Forest, met Circle of Power. I was a big fan of Circle of Power, big fan of Shady Third Degree. Mm-hmm. His voice was amazing. I was a big fan of Sleaze One. Mm-hmm. MCs can't stand the Sleaze One. I take MCs and throw them in the sun. So I was a big fan. And that's how I met. We got to record. Oh, no. You know what? Wiz One was mixing Visionary stuff.
Yes.
And so that's how we met and I got to go to the studio in Alhambra. And that's when I met Yano back then.
Yeah.
So that's, and then kind of like, and I was like, the Roadium, Steve Yano? You know what I mean? Like I knew remember you guys had the engineer, was it the whiter Mexican dude that was on the NWA cover with the beer?
Oh, that was Crazy D.
Yeah, Crazy D. You know what I mean? I got to meet him. You know what I mean? Yeah. He still had the 40, right? You know what I mean? Like all that. So I've always been a student of West Coast hip hop. I was always, whether it was Relativity, working, seeing that generation, or being a fan, bro. I was a fan of NWA. Those mixtapes, once again, going back to that era, whether it was Roadium tapes or mixtapes of all 5.0 and all that stuff. Dude, I was obsessed with hip hop. I mean, I would go to the newsstand and read the Source magazine front to back, buy it, steal it. I'd either steal it or buy it. You know what I mean? And whatever the Source magazine told me to buy, I'd go buy it. I'd start, once again, not to be proud, but I was a jacker kind of like of cassettes. So I was like, I had my cassette game down, bro. Like, bro, I could steal cassettes in some little OP shorts, bro. Like, I'll take cassettes. I would steal 2 cassettes, then go outside of the store and bury the cassettes in the bushes, and then come back and get more, and just be going back and forth, just jacking cassettes, bro.
Wow.
I was obsessed with hip hop, you know, and yeah, I just was one of those dudes obsessed with the Source and rap and just I mean, just it overtook my everything. And then once I started making music and getting approval, when people really like what we did, then it just motivated me to try to get better and better. And then Visionaries put me on tour. And first
talk
time.
about that, because you said something to me very interesting before we went live. You said many times I would just go travel, and if I had the money, I'd live there.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. We would
explain that.
Okay. So the Visionaries took us first time ever we ever toured. Visionaries, we went to Japan for 17 days, did 10 shows, and then we did 2 shows in Hawaii. And I mean, when you're a young artist and your parents are like on your ass, like you're not gonna make it, you're not gonna make it, you're not gonna make it. You probably only have 1 show a year and it's whack, and you're playing it early. To go on tour, once again, like just going back to what I told you about, as soon as I mindfuck myself into being like, I can do this, it's a wrap. I got it. Yeah. So the moment we went on tour, it was like I told my parents, look, I'm legit. Leave me alone. Let me do this shit. And that's what happened when we got back in town. All of a sudden it was like, what? Y'all went to Japan, y'all got footage, and y'all went to, and it makes you like, it gives you a boost, you know, because you're broke as fuck, right? Yeah. You know you're broke. You know what I mean? I was broke as fuck. But it was like, no, we could do this. And so later in life, when I would go on tour as 2Mex or different entities, I would go to Europe for weeks. And after the tour, with all the money after 13 shows, 15 shows, wherever I was at, I'd be like, this is fresh. Let's just stay here for a while. And we'd be like, let's buy a plane ticket back and let's just stay out here. And I would stay. We'd be like, fuck it, we living in Paris for a little bit. Let's go live in Paris, like, or Texas, or you know what I mean. I'd go somewhere for 1 show and be out there for 13 days, 14 days. Like, fuck it, I'm gonna be out here. Like, how much money do we got? Hawaii, bro. Every time I played Hawaii, I would tell the promoter, whatever money you owe me for the show, put the rest of the money on extra days for the hotel, and then don't book me. Give me like a week. I only got 1 show. You trying to fly me in on a Friday to play Saturday and leave Sunday? Nah, book me till next Friday, and all the rest of the money, just put it on hotels. And I'd rather go to Hawaii for 7 days, bro, and just be out there. You know, I would spend. I really care about money, so I would spend all my money, bro. Like, I'd be out there. Like, I would just be out there, bro. Like, I'd be in Amsterdam. Dude, we used to do shit like this. We had a show in Spain, right? So it's like the show's in Spain. But fuck that. Amsterdam's on the way to Spain. So you book a 10 to 12 hour layover both ways. So now we just land in Amsterdam, fuck around for half a day, then go to Spain, do the show for a couple of days. Then on the way back home, go back to Amsterdam for another day, and then go back home. So you just pimp out, stretch out the fucking trip. You know what I mean?
That's dope, bro.
And so we would do shit like that, or like, just stay. You meet friends. These fans are really like, underground was very accessible. So these fans, you're really changing their lives. And like, a lot of people don't understand that there's a lot of fans that they appreciate you so much.
Yes.
And they'll let you stay at their house. Not that you want to bum at their house,
right?
But there's just people that are like, and the other big thing that I was real famous for that you might not know about is I'm like the king of collabs. I literally have 500 collabs with people. So I would be in a town every night, like, yo, if anybody wants to make a song, $200-$300, $400, whatever. And I do it every night. Sometimes people would be in line waiting. I would schedule this shit like a fucking beautician, bro. I'd be like, I'll be in San Antonio, the show's at 12. I've got 2 studios to go to, and I would just make another business of like $300, $200, $500, and just have another thing of like every city I'd be asking. I'd be like, Where the fucking MCs at? Open the fucking studio. What you got? Like, you got $100? Fuck it, let's do it. You got what you got, bro? Let's do this shit. Or even if you don't got money, are you dope? If their kids are dope, then for free. You get me? Wow. Like if the opening act or the kids are fresh, I'd be like, damn, you're fucking hard. Fuck it, let's do this shit for free. And then there's other kids that are just fans that are like, I've never heard them, you know? And they're like, I'll pay you to do something. And so I would turn that into like a cottage industry, a little business and shit.
Wow. Where do you think that hustle came from? Do you think it came from the street promotion?
My mom says that I'm a hustler, bro. My parents grew up mad poor. I moved out of the house at 17, and my mom said that on my mom's side of the family, she's like, your great grandfather used to hustle Italian coats off of the the fucking, she said that they would be in the docks or some shit, like, you know, from Europe and shit. She's talking about like 100 years ago. Right. So she's like, yo, your great grandfather would be at like, you know, and hustle coats, like Italian coats and merch and shit. So I was like, really? And then on my dad's side of the family, it's funny, you're either a doctor or a bum. So on my dad's side of the family, my dad has 7 brothers. On my dad's side of the family,
a doctor,
you're either a doctor or a wino, like drunk, playing music in the living room. Like I have 2 or 3 uncles that even right now, they're like 60, 70 years old. Every day, all they do is, their whole goal in life is to go get some wine and just play. Yeah. And that's how my dad is kind of too, but he doesn't drink. But I'm saying that's how that side is. So my dad's is pure musicians with a little like intellect or like study mode. And then my mom's like kind of like poor hustlers and shit.
Do you ever think,
yeah,
and I'm asking you this question for me, you saw what kind of music your dad played?
Yeah.
And then you heard hip hop. Why didn't you go to your dad's side of the music, or what was it that drew you to hip hop? That
the thing about my dad, and even to this day, and I'm really honest about this, my parents are the sweetest people on earth. They come to my house every 2 or 3 days to like clean my apartment. My parents love me, right? They love me. But something about my parents is like, they're each other's best friend, right?
Yes.
They don't have any friends. My mom has 1 friend. My dad has 1 friend and he died. So my family's, and I have 1 sister. It's like we were very small, and 90% of my family's in Mexico City. So like we just like, my family was mad, like we love each other, but we would kick it. Like we don't you know how you celebrate birthdays and Halloween and all that shit? I don't do that. Like we don't celebrate nothing. Like maybe on your birthday, like, oh, happy birthday. Like we don't celebrate Christmas. My family's just agnostic. So we don't, like, my family's always been detached. It's kind of weird. So I really honestly, I got that hustle just being in the streets, bro. I had to. Okay. I had no, if I don't pay the rent, bro, like I even sold that one time. You want to talk about some sad shit? When I worked for all these labels, I used to have, this is the saddest, biggest regret of my life. I used to have gold records, right? From being a street promoter. Yeah. I had Cypress Hill, Temples of Boom. I had the Fugees, The Score. I had AZ, which I was telling you about. I had D'Angelo Brown Sugar. I had the Friday soundtrack with my name on it. And I had Mac 10 Full Life. I think that's it. I had all those, bro, and I had to sell them to a pawn shop to pay my rent one time because I was getting evicted. Wow. That's how my life would be. Like I'd be like mad broke. Either I have a job or not. Because hip hop wasn't paying the bills forever. You get me? Yeah. Hip hop didn't, being on with the Visionaries or a Mexican descent, we were still mad, like living on the edge, 4 dudes in a house. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like that vibe, you know? And so for me, man, I've always been a hustler. And then the moment I realized the vinyl hustles, the CDs hustle, the story's over. As soon as I was like, oh, I can make money off me. That's it. I'm the product, bro. Yeah. That's why if you ever look at my stuff, my fans always laugh. I sell everything 2Mex. 2Mex weed, 2Mex chocolate bars, 2Mex. It's almost like it's a pop culture thing. Yeah. It's a joke. 2Mex is everything. I used to have a thing called 2Mex is everywhere, right? I had a campaign called 2Mex is everywhere. Mm-hmm. And what I would do is, graffiti. You know how when you look at a comic book, going back to your brother with the comic books. So with the comics, right? Wow. You know how there's that thought bubble, right?
Yes.
So I used to have stickers of the thought bubble that was like 2Mex is everywhere. and I would put the stickers on other people's faces, like Kanye West, the billboards, the fucking bus benches. It'd be like Mariah Carey. 2Mex is everywhere too. You know what I mean? So I would like attach myself to anything pop culture, and that was like an idea I had where I was like, 2Mex is everywhere.
You know, when we were outside, me and you, I was talking to you about my son, because me and my son, like, you know, him growing up, that's like my boy, you know, my first boy. So I did everything with him. We played video games together, okay? And we used to play a game named Blitz, you know, a football game. And I know he's listening, so I'm gonna tease him. I used to let him win because I used to blow him out as a, you know, I was a father and he's a little kid, and he's always crying. I have to let him come back, and I go, I'm giving you a booster. I'm just boosting your confidence. No, you're not. I'm good. I came back and I beat you. Blah blah blah. We laugh at that now, but I brought that up because you actually had a song.
Oh yeah. The Visionaries had a couple songs. I think either If You Can't Say Love or Love Hip Hop or. Visionaries was we were lucky enough to put music on. I think we had a song in the King Kong game, Peter Jackson's King Kong game. Mm-hmm. We had music on a couple things, movies. We would put music in Do
you remember the movies that you can give us?
Yeah, Ocean's 12. Visionaries has a song on Ocean's 12, and then I have a song on the movie. I think it's called Whip It. It's like remember Drew Barrymore? You know Drew Barrymore, right?
Yeah, of course.
She did that movie where she was a roller derby chick.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, remember that? It's called Whip It. So I have a song, one of my songs on there. I got a song on the a revamping of the Twilight Zone that's really fresh. And then I also had music in we had music in this sick ass Japanese movie on MTV. Did this Japanese movie called Volcano High, and it was about Japanese students that at a high school they were all mutants like X-Men. It was like an X-Men movie from Japan. It was fresh, actually. It's called Volcano High. So we had shit on that. And then, every now and then, MTV, for some reason, I had one record called Self-Titled. And MTV, for 1 year, you would hear my song. I had a song called The Return of Fernando Mania. You would hear that song always on the commercial on MTV. Like Puffy, remember that Puffy show where he had the Making the Band?
Right.
Like when they fight, remember how those dudes were fighting? It would be my music, like da-da-da, da-da, like this week on Puffy, you know, they'd like be beating each other up. Or like Real Life, those Real Life shows. Right. Real Life, I'm a prostitute or whatever bullshit. Right. My music would be on stupid shit. Wow. You know, so every now and then you get something, you know.
I like that you still use the word fresh.
Oh, I can't break dance, but I'm a b-boy, I'm a MC, bro. I'm a hip hopper to the.
Remember that
death.
song by Whistle? We're Only Bugging.
Yep.
Yeah. You know that? Remember that scratch? That was fresh.
Oh yeah.
That shit was fucking hard.
Oh man, that song was fucking amazing, bro.
Yeah.
I still listen to like I was never a dancer like freestyle music, but I still listen to the Cabbage Patch. I still listen to Sally. I still listen to Two Life Crew, bro.
Of course.
I still like all that, bro.
You know, it's funny. I had Tony G here, and there was just so much that I wanted to touch on.
I can imagine, bro. You have to do like 3 parts, 4 parts.
Yes.
You know?
I remember he used to scratch. That's my man throwing down here, like, and I was like, "What fucking record is that?" And I was a DJ. You know, you gotta have it. You know, but there was just so much shit.
Dude, you know, look, me being from Mid City, who did this scratch? It was one of those mixtapes. Who did? Went to a party at West LA. Went to a party I think it was the LA Dream Team, right? The record.
No. Went to a party in LA.
Somebody.
That's the Cabbage Patch, the world class record.
Oh yeah. Went to a party at West LA.
Yes.
Went to a party. Went. And being from Mid City,
of course,
I was always like, whoever did that scratch when I was a little, I was like, went to a party in West LA. Went. Because I was always in Culver City. And,
of course.
So you know that shit means a lot. Dude, the thing is with music, man, is that. This is what I tell people all the time about the underground and music in general. It sounds stupid, but it's true. It means a lot to who it means to. So it means a lot to who it means to. People are always like, man, I wish the whole world knew about you or the Visionaries or whatever. I wish the whole world knew. I wish you were as big as whoever, right? And I'm like, you like it, right? And they're like, yeah. I was like, then that's all that matters.
That's all that matters.
Because it's like people, my fans love me so much. They want me to be Jay-Z, bro, and it's like that's never gonna happen. So, and I don't want that. So it's like it's important to who it's important to, and that's why these podcasts are important because we have to continue the oral tradition on some Native American shit. We have to continue the oral tradition, and the only way to document a history that can easily be erased is this is the only way. This is the only way, bro. This is the new hieroglyphics.
Yes.
This is the new archive. And, you know, we don't know it when when you're younger, think about the millions of dollars you could have made archiving everything. But we don't, you're too busy living it. That's the thing. Now we live in an era where everything is recorded. We lived it. You know, I tell my friends all the time, we you know how people are getting Me Too'd and all this crazy shit happens, you know, with all the kind of social shit that's popping.
Right.
Man, me and my homies, I'm like, bro, you're lucky that we didn't live in a world. We came in at the beginning of surveillance.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I'm saying that when we were teens, we were robbing candy bars from liquor stores or whatever. You know what I mean? Stealing cassettes from Music Plus. I was like, bro, things could have been way different. You know?
Yeah.
Luckily, we got to live in the era before the internet and before complete New World Order surveillance.
You know,
it's important.
One of my favorite quotes is, I thank God that I had a childhood before technology took over.
Dude,
I love fucking climbing trees.
That's
I
the
love,
realest shit ever.
I love going to the dumps, riding my fucking bike, playing ditch and playing tag. And now it's all, I see 8-year-old kids with cell phones and.
Oh, man.
You know.
That's once again, one of my mottos, talk to me like a human. I cut people off. I don't even care if they were like cute girls, bro. Like I was like, you don't feel the need to speak to me like a friend, like a person.
Yeah.
I like texting only. No, bye.
Yeah, I can't.
Or any negative. Now I'm old enough. Any negative. I blocked somebody today. Somebody said something negative about one of my friends. Block. I don't have no time for this shit, bro. No negative energy, bro. I don't need no negativity. Let's be positive. Anybody disses one of my homies or says anything negative, bye. You don't exist, bro. There's billions of people on earth. I only want to create a universe of people that love and care about me and that I love and care about. That's the only thing that matters. It's the little circle. Because we're not little kids anymore. When you're little, you have to kick it with people that are A, family, B, went to school with you, or B, grew up in your neighborhood. As you get older and more intelligent, I preach critical thinking to the max. You should create your own universe of people that treat you good and love you and respect you and that you love, respect, and treat good. Anybody else is a zombie.
Fuck out of here.
Get the fuck out of here. Exactly. And that's the way that and luckily for me, because of the music and the way that I've touched people and the way people touch me and influence me, I'm so happy, bro. I have a universe of love and I'm fucking, dude, 1,000, let me tell all you aspiring rappers out there something. With 1,000 hardcore real fans, 1,000, that's not a lot. You could be a millionaire, bro. Or you could live the rest of your life making music for these 1,000 fans that will buy all your merch and your music, and you will exist. You will survive. And that's something people don't understand. They're over here trying to fucking floss and be all some bullshit. 1,000 people truly connected to you mentally on your wavelength can support you for your rest of your life, and you support them by creating content and creating art and making them happy too.
Yeah. Wow, that was deep, man.
That's real shit, bro.
That was deep. Fuck, I even forgot what I was gonna say. But you know what? Wow, that was dope, bro.
We don't see it when we're younger, though, bro.
I know.
You know, we don't see it when we had so many opportunities to harness that, and we don't. You know.
You know, and you said something earlier about before we actually get into it, something about Jazzy Jeff did something on your guys' new record.
Yeah.
Before you let the public know what record that is, can you kind of share what he kind of said in this?
Kiku, shout out to Kiku. I know he's listening. Kiku came by the house and played me the new Visionaries album that we've been doing, and you know, we've been working on it for 2 years. And you know how you make a record in pieces?
Right, of course.
So I hadn't heard it all. He came over and laced me with the whole shebang, and we were blessed to have an interlude from Jazzy Jeff, and he was basically kind of saying, you know, as an artist, 80% of the things that you create don't even get heard. And I thought to myself, that shit is so true. Like, I make so much stuff that no one ever sees or hears ever. All of us do. And he was saying, let it go. Put it out. Put everything out. It doesn't matter. Like, the monetary thing is not, just put it all out. Put it all out. die empty and put it all out. And he was saying that, you know, in the reference to the late great Jay Dilla, you know, he's saying like, you know, when Dilla realized maybe he was going through what he's going through, he started letting out a lot of stuff, and it was very, you know, it was good in the sense of the world got to really see a lot of stuff that maybe they wouldn't have, could have. You know how things just die on your hard drive?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Or like hard drives crash or albums go away. I personally have 1 or 2 full albums that died on a hard drive and don't exist anymore, produced by great producers, and just dead.
Wow.
Never to be found again. Just a year of work or months of work. So, you know, that was very, to me, that just that interlude or that concept is really like, I kind of like, now that I'm older, I live it. You know, when you're young, when you're, and this is to the young people, right now, enjoy what you're doing, enjoy the shit out of it, because you will be old. I don't care how young, I don't care if you could like stage dive, homie, your back's gonna hurt at some point. And you know, the thing is that's really important is just to live it. You know, we don't always gotta tape it, bro. Just live it though. Live it.
Yeah.
Live this shit, bro. Live this life, and appreciate what you're doing, because if you have the power to move people and connect, all of us as humans, the only thing we really want in life is to be heard. That's why we have so many issues with relationships and shit, because everybody just wants to be listened to and understood. And so if God blesses you and lets people listen to you and maybe understand you, you're one of the blessed.
Yeah.
You know, and I learned that, but I didn't learn that until later in life. I learned that later, bro. You know, I don't feel like you haven't lived your life until you've blown $1 million, bro. You know, you ain't lived your life until you lost $1 million. When if you lost $1 million, bro, then like life begins.
Wow. You know, let me share something.
Yeah.
I like that you said die empty.
Yeah.
Okay. Somebody asked me a question. One of my last interviews before I started this podcast. Last year I was doing a lot of interviews before we went live with this podcast and before the release of the Roadium mixtape DOCUMIXERY. First of all, I know we're not giving out shout outs, but I want to thank John ELKINS because he helped me bring this thing to fruition.
Right.
Okay. And let me tell you something. We have sold a shitload of these, okay? Just through our website.
Yeah.
People, unlimited streaming, they watched it. We have never received, and I'm not lying to you when I say this, not one negative comment about this, and it's 3 hours long.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, somebody asked me, well, why did you do it? Okay. It was an easy answer. I said, number one, Steve Yano. Okay. But when I thought about it, I said, hold on. I said, one more reason. I have 3 grandbabies now. Okay. And here's what I said. One day when I'm long gone, I want my grandbaby to say, that was my grandpa.
Legacy. Yeah.
Yes. So my next question to you is, what do you want to leave as your legacy?
I'm trying to go with respect to Sick Jackin, with respect to Kid Frost and other Be Real.
Yes.
Other pioneers and peers.
Yes.
I want to be the greatest Chicano rapper ever. I want to be the hardest MC ever. I have that KRS-One mentality.
Okay.
I want to battle and destroy fools. I love hip hop on some, like if I was a graffiti artist battling a tag. So that's my mentality of hip hop, the way I attack music with respect, you know what I mean? But I attack. When me and my friends make songs, they better come with their best shit because I'm coming to knock fools out. I don't care if you're, I've been blessed to make music with KRS-One, Razkaz, some of my heroes, and every time I'm going for the throat, and they know that, and it's like that's the hip hop to me.
That's awesome.
That's where I'm at, bro. So I don't care if I'm 60, bro. I want to destroy fools and make and say relevant. As you get older, see the funny shit is that as you get older, we're supposed to be not cool. That's stupid. With age comes wisdom. And it's like, but the, young kids, no disrespect to the young music that's out, because some of it is fresh as hell, but I can't listen to music by people that don't read, by people that don't read books.
Yeah.
I can't. I can't. I'm down for some ignorant shit. Trust me. I can get as ignorant as you want, but I can't listen to music by people that don't read or people that don't travel. You know what I'm saying? So I've graduated, bro. I've graduated to that place. You know what I'm saying? Somebody told me once, do you still hang out with the people that you hung out with in 5th grade? And you're like, no, why? Because you grew up. You know what I'm saying? As we grow older, we need to build, once again, going back to my concept, we need to build our own pyramid of peers.
Yes.
And so honestly, bro, I have no time. I have no time for anybody. I used to always be like, join the movement. This underground is the shit. What a waste of time. The people that feel your vibe are the ones that feel your vibe, the wavelength. I have no time for anyone that doesn't get this. I have no time for you, kid. You need to step up and get your mind up to caliber, and then maybe one day you'll find us.
Yeah.
And that's what I learned. But when I was young, I didn't know that. Now I'm like, you come find me, bro. I'm not looking for you anymore.
I like that you said it, that somebody that reads, okay?
It's really important.
Because in my next room, I got over 1,000 books.
Dope.
Okay.
Dope.
I do a lot of reading. Most people know that I like to read a lot of ancient history, okay?
Dope.
But having said that, it's funny, somebody on the story on YouTube has like a story. And I post a flyer in there, and a lot of people comment, talk shit. That's where they talk shit the most.
Yeah.
On the YouTube story, okay? But somebody said this, and I'm glad he said this because I took it as encouragement. He said, 2Mex is going to take Tony A to school. That's what he said. I don't know if he meant that as an insult or just like 2Mex is going to take. Okay, let me finish what I'm going to say. Here's the way I think. School is somewhere where you go to learn.
Yeah.
And you know what? And if there's something I need to learn, I want to learn.
For sure.
I want to learn. Yeah. So, let me say this. If he's watching, I learned so much today, bro.
Word up. Well, A, I appreciate it. But B, I get what he's trying to say. But if you really pay respect to the chronological order of things, I'm here to go to... You know what I mean? Like, you have to pay respect to the architects. That is the number one rule for me. So it's like this. There's times in my life where I would rap with, like, let's say AC Alone from Freestyle Fellowship, who's like my elder, right?
Yes.
And let's say now sometimes in Texas or other places, let's say I was like the bigger act this year.
Yeah.
And I would straight up be at the promoter like, no, this is my OG, bro. I go on before him. I get it, but no.
Yeah.
Like, there's a pay respect to the architects. And people do that to me all the time too. People be like, are you kidding? Like, it goes both ways.
Yeah.
So I get I guess he was just trying to tell you that I'm somebody that really does love hip hop as much as you. I think that's what he was trying to say. That I'm a real hip hop is my life, just like it is yours. So I think maybe that's what he's saying. Like, 2Mex is like, he's right there, bro. Like, I don't get a lot of acknowledgement from the Chicano rap world. I think that's what some of my fans are always like. I was telling you when I was younger, I used to sell my records to the record stores, like Music Revolution and all the stores, Aaron's, and all the stores would always support VIP, everybody.
Yeah.
But they would never put my music. And it's just 2Mex. How Mexican does it get, bro? I mean, I have a song where I say, I'm Mexican as fuck. I just came out Bezier. But it's like, dude, 2Mex of Mexican descent, they would never put my music in the Chicano rap section. And I would always be like, I get it. I know I'm not like Slow Pain or like, I'm not a Thump Records act or, Conejo. Shout out to Conejo and all these dudes, bro. I've known them all, bro. I've been on stages with all the gangster rappers, all the lowrider rappers. I respect everybody. And, but I never was in the Chicano rap scene. Like, I never got accepted in it. Maybe because of the music we made. So that's one thing that some of my fans are always like, the Chicano rap scene doesn't respect you. You know what I mean? Like, my fans are so fucking funny. Thank you to my fans. They love me so much. You know how those famous pictures of like when the one with Psycho Rum and Big Pun and everything, Cypress, they're always like, why aren't you there? Why aren't you? And always, dude, people used to make t-shirts. Why isn't 2Mex at Rock the Bells? Like, why? They love me so much. And they're caught in my wavelength so strong that they want that. So it's like, I will admit that growing up, me and Cholo Cinco, we never were like in Chicano rap scene never took to us because I think when we would play the Chicano rap shows, the lowrider shows, our music isn't like that.
Yeah.
And we would purposely not use oldies I love oldies. I love all that shit. Right. But we would purposely not want to be. We used to consider it being in a box, and we're like, I don't want to be in that box.
Right. Well, you know what? And I'm glad you brought up Conejo. And for the public, Much love, much respect to Conejo, because he did text me, I think it was earlier this week or late last week, that that he'll see me soon. I mean, he's going to be here coming soon. So for the fans, that's good news. Much love, much respect to Conejo for that. But now, you speak fluent Spanish, okay?
Yeah.
And this is not to put anybody down, but 80% of those Chicano rappers don't even speak Spanish, bro.
Yeah, I'm sure. Oh, yeah, I'm sure. And I never rapped in Spanish a lot. I would very rare. I probably got like 5 songs in Spanish. That's
a lot of times when I'm talking to a lot of my Mexican homies, I just start talking in Spanish. Like I could talk in Spanish to Conejo. I could talk in Spanish to Ernie G.
To me. Oh,
to you, to my boy Seven, Mellow Mayonnaise, who's Cuban. And a lot of these other guys, I just start talking Spanish. Oh, I don't understand. But they're Mr. Riva La Raza. I don't take that away from them.
Oh, yeah.
I don't take that. But when it comes to you, they didn't want to put you down with Chicano rap.
We just weren't in that box. Yeah, oh yeah. I mean, we were mad about it, but we were just always like, we were always just like, yeah, we're not really like, we don't kind of get accepted in that world. And we were like, it was cool, but we were like, because the first wave, I don't know if it's the first wave or not, but the first wave that I saw with Frost and Lighter Shade of Brown, probably the group that connected with me the most was Proper Those. Yeah. Because they were from Santa Monica, and they're a little more, I have Ernie G still every now and then writes me and clowns me. Hey, I showed a video on Instagram and he's like, nice mousetrap, homie. And he was like, he's so keen, bro. He saw a fucking mousetrap in my, I was like, that's what you saw?
Ernie G's crazy.
Hilarious, bro. Hilarious.
But he's good crazy.
Oh, he's hilarious. So
I love
shout
Ernie
out
G.
to Ernie G.
As a matter of fact, we were talking not too long ago. So I would like to do something with Ernie G. I just got to think exactly what we're going to do, because
he's a true G, bro. Yeah. I have nothing. Proper Dose in my neighborhood, like I said, I was a fan of East Coast rap.
Yes.
But as far as any Chicano rappers, for me, it was Proper Dose. They were kind of the ones that because for some reason, I didn't take too much, even to Frost or Lighter Shade of Brown. Like, you know what? I was such a church boy that I was kind of like, I had a lot of gang violence in my life. I grew up in an 18th Street neighborhood, like I told you, and going through all drifters and all that shit. And so kind of like grew up like a little church boy with looking at that world. And so I kind of didn't take to the first wave, even though Lighter Shade of Brown was just chilling and partying.
Yeah.
But, that gangster vibe. Yeah. Latin Alliance, later, like when the Latin Alliance came out, I was with that a little more. And then Proper Dose was the one that was kind of into it. But I was already right off the jump. I'm already listening to Slick Rick and Dougie Fresh and Houdini and all this stuff. So I think my mind was just,
I'm going to put you on the spot a little bit. I'm going to ask you. Today, maybe within the last 5 years, who does 2Mix listen to as far as the rap is concerned? Anybody new, or are you still on the old stuff?
That's a good question. It's new stuff. I'm really into a bunch of random eclectic shit. So like I was telling you about weird hip hop, I'm really into that. So I listen to one of my favorite groups right now is these dudes from Seattle, Washington. They're called Grayskull. They're fucking hard. It's like two dudes.
Grayskull?
Grayskull.
Like
Castle Grayskull.
By the power of Castle Grayskull.
Yeah, bro. One dude named Henry Osborne and the other dude named JFK. And they're fucking like, you ever heard of that group Organized Confusion? Like Pharaoh Monch?
Of course. Okay. We were label mates.
Oh, you were on Hollywood Basic?
Yes.
What?
Yeah, we were signed to Disney.
I forgot. Hollywood Basic. Okay, so Organized Confusion is one of my top 5 favorite rap groups. In fact, I made music with Prince Paul, 2 songs. Much love to Prince Paul. Make My Dreams Come True. So basically, Grayskull is like a version of Mexican descent, very definitely patterned ourselves after Organized Confusion, bro.
Wow.
And so Grayskull is like that. I listen to, what else there's this young kid, I don't know where he's from. He's a little Mexican emo kid. He's incredible. His name is Hobo Johnson and the Love Makers. And dude, this kid is like, if there was a version of Morrissey that rapped, it's this kid.
No shit.
Incredible kid. Hobo Johnson. People, if you peep him out, I'll play something when we're done here.
Wow.
Kid is emo. It's so funny. It's like Weird Al Yankovic type shit. And I love that kind of shit. I'm in love with...
You said Jim Morrissey. You said
Morrissey, like from the Smiths.
Yeah.
I love that kind of like... I grew up being a K-rocker, bro. I was a K-rocker too.
Yeah, me too, bro. The first song that came to mind was Big Mouth Strikes Again.
Oh, yeah, it's the best. Dude, he has... I used to try to convince producers to flip Smith songs. Oh, and I flipped about 5 Cure songs, bro. I've got songs over like
no shit.
Oh man, I've got dope songs over like Cure songs and shit.
Were you ever a Soft Cell fan? I was a huge Soft Cell fan.
I used to like Soft Cell. I was in, dude, The Cure. Kiss me. I was into The Cure, The Smiths, Duran Duran. I was into what they call that shit they call the New Romantics, because I was an MTV baby.
Okay.
So I was really into, and plus I'm telling you, I was really into British because of MTV.
Dude, it's the same thing. All my junior high school
The
years.
Young Ones. Remember that show, The Young Ones?
Uh-huh.
So that kind of shit. Remember The Young Ones, those British, that punk show on MTV? So I was into shit like that. Monty Python. Shit.
Okay.
And then because of working at the video store,
of course,
I could watch all these fucking British shit. So I was into like Duran Duran. Dude, there's a lot of reason that a lot of my music doesn't really get to like what do you call it, Spotify and shit, because I was my forte for many years was sample based rap. I got songs with, you can't clear this amount of samples, bro.
Right,
you know what I mean? I'm like De La Soul. Remember how De La Soul got jammed up for having like 100 samples on a record? I'm that kind of guy. De La Soul was a very influential group. So, dude, I would make whole albums with every song as like a flipping something popular. It'd be like, this shit is fresh, but we can't put it out. You know what I mean? Like, or we could put it out, but you can't. Yeah. You know, you're gonna get. I've gotten stopped. I've gotten an album stopped before by Universal Music.
No shit.
Universal wrote me I had a group called the Look Daggers. We put out a record called Suffer in Style, and 3-4 months after it came out, Universal was like, "You flipped." We did a version of a band called the Eels, and they fucking heard it, and were like, "You need to take your record off the shelf, or it's $150,000 fine." I was like, "The record only sold 3,000 copies." The record only sold 3,000 copies. Like, we'll take it off the shelf. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
right. Okay. Cool,
nothing. Yeah, like nothing, bro. Like, I bootleg it to this day, bro. I still make money off of it every day.
Dope.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I bootleg all my shit. I own all 20. I have like 20 something records. They're all on Bandcamp. I bootleg everything I've ever done with anybody. Wow. I let you have it, and then 3-4 years later, I also put it out.
That's fucking dope.
That's how you do it, and that's how you should be with anybody. Anybody that you work with. If you're making money off the song, if they create a website to make money off your song, you fucking made the beat, homie. Dude, put it on your shit. You rapped on this song too. It's yours, homie.
Yeah.
That's how I feel, you know.
I saw De La Soul at the Palace.
Oh, the best.
Yes, De La Soul. I saw KRS One. Oh my God.
Yeah.
To me, one of the greatest performers, at least for me. Okay.
I agree, bro. I'm a big fan.
I saw LL and I saw Queen Latifah
at the Palace. I never saw LL. I never saw Queen Latifah.
No, I saw LL. Fucking tore it up, bro. Tore it up.
Damn. What era? What time? What album was he on?
I'm Bad album.
Oh, so damn.
Yeah,
so he was before even the Super Monster.
He even did that song. Remember the WAP? That song.
Yeah. Oh, with that oldie sample? With that.
Ooh. Yes.
Oh, dude. For years, I used to rap over. You know what? I used to rap over the Breakthrough.
The Breakthrough.
You know that breakbeat?
Yeah.
You know, knuckleheads, dun, all over town. LO this, LO that. I used to just rap over it because it's just a break. You know what I mean? I just be on some.
You know who introduced me to Stetsasonic? Joe Cooley.
I love Stetsasonic.
He played a song called On Fire. And I go, who in the fuck is that? Stetsasonic. I was like, oh shit.
I love Prince Paul, bro. I love Daddy-O. Daddy-O helped Freestyle Fellowship. Yes. He put them on.
Yeah.
Dude, Stetsasonic. I love all that, bro. I love Houdini. I still listen to Houdini.
Yes.
I listen to Special Ed. I listen to Kwame.
Of course.
I listen to all that, man. I'm really. My favorite group was EPMD.
Yes.
I'm
EPMD.
Mad. You heard that song? I'm Mad.
Yeah.
That's my favorite song. EPMD. I love EPMD.
Quick story.
Yep.
Right here in the Harbor area, there's a hall in the city of Carson called San Marica Hall. Okay. I had one record that was hot on the radio. Hot. Mm-hmm. Steve Yano gave me a promo copy because it was not for sale yet. Actually, it wasn't even a promo. Let me take that back. It was a test pressing.
Yeah.
Okay. And it was, you got to chill.
Oh, shit.
And he goes, Tony, I know you're DJing tonight. You're going to need this. That's how Steve used to talk. So I was like,
yeah, I remember.
All right. I went home. You. And I was like, oh, shit. I'm going to fucking drive everybody crazy.
Oh, yeah.
Everybody fucking exploded. So that shit came in, bro. Everybody asked me, what is that? You know what I used to do to the label? I used to put a happy face sticker.
Block it so they wouldn't steal your vibe.
So they wouldn't know. Because back then that's what it was.
Yeah.
You know?
Oh no, I remember that. I remember that DJs would do that. Yeah. I remember being a kid all the time, like, and
what
be
is
like,
that?
yeah, always. Oh, I would always be like, and they'd be like, because I'd always be like, what the fuck is that?
We didn't have Shazam. We didn't have none of those apps that tell you.
Well, that beat, man, that beat made you feel like a gangster. I used to drive around in my homie's Mazda, and we would bump.
He said Mazda,
bro. We would bump that and License to Ill.
Mm-hmm.
The bass a lot, and Sir Mix a lot.
Of course.
My Posse's on Broadway. You were talking about my Posse's on Broadway.
Oh
earlier.
shit, that shit was
all
hard.
that shit, bro. I was all dude. Eazy-E, NWA. I mean, don't get it twisted. Even though I wasn't a gangster, I was dude. Ice-T. You know who lived on my block? Is one last little thing. Evil E lived on my block for a little bit.
No shit.
And let me tell you, with that red BMW and all that, and he was like my neighbor, like 2 houses down, and I'll never forget. Evil E gave me. You want to talk about fronting? I did front. Evil E gave me a Rhyme Syndicate hat, and he gave me a black Rhyme Syndicate shirt, the one that had the gun. It was like a gun in 3D.
Of course.
I took that to school.
You were a gangster,
I thought I was from Rhyme. I was straight with the Rhyme Syndicate hat, Syndicate with the $sign, and it was when Syndicate came. Remember that album, Rhyme Syndicate coming through with Everlast and all that shit?
Right.
Bro, I will not lie. I was like in the 11th grade fronting, like I was from Rhyme Syndicate. I'm down with Ice-T. Like I was fucking fronting, because that's how badly I wanted to be down with that shit.
Remember that song? I'm trying to remember the rapper's name.
Divine Styler?
No. Divine Styler was dope. Free Bass, dude. That's where they go to get high.
It was on that album, Donald D? No.
Donald D.
Donald D.
What was the name of that song, though? Do you remember?
Oh, man.
Free Bass, too. That's FBI.
FBI, yeah.
FBI.
That record was fresh with Ice-T dressed like a ninja on the cover.
That shit was hard.
I was a big fan of. One of my favorite records was Rhyme Pays. I was very influenced by Rhyme Pays a lot.
Okay. Before I ask my last question, I'm going to tell you, I got the first time I see Ice-T perform. First time. I'm going to tell you who's opening up. Headliners, homie. Okay. The DOC is performing Funky Enough. He performed 3 songs at the Anaheim Celebrity Theater, I want to say 1988. Mm-hmm. Okay. Crazy D's up on stage. And I think my boy DJ Speed is on the turntables.
Rest in peace, DJ Speed.
And so he performs. The DOC is so drunk he walks off the stage, wrong, because the stage was a circle, and the circle will rotate like this.
Okay.
So the whole crowd sees you.
Yeah.
Like in that whole place, there is no bad seat. Everything's a good seat. Okay. And that was the height of fucking gangbanging, bro. Compton was in that motherfucker. King T goes on there. He's performing his album Act the Fool.
One of my favorites.
Yeah,
bro.
King T. I saw Mixed Master Spade.
Very influential.
He had DJ Pooh on the SP 1200, and he had Aladdin on the 1200s on the Techniques.
Shit, from Low Profile.
Yes.
Yeah.
So and then they go on, and then NWA comes on, bro. I was backstage with Steve Yano, my boy Mario Ibarra, my boy Carlos C1, who represents Scandalous. We were all backstage. My boy Carlos, I think he was like 11 years old, bro.
Damn.
Yeah.
Right.
And we see NWA fucking perform, bro. Fucking amazing. And then Ice-T goes on next and performs Power, the album Power.
Oh, yeah, the second album, yeah.
Dude, I can replay that whole concert in my head.
Let's get butt naked and fuck.
Let's get butt naked and fuck.
Fucking, I'm your pusher.
Yes. Oh, dude, I'm your pusher. Curtis Mayfield song, that shit was fucking hard.
Oh, yeah. I still follow, I fell off on Ice-T at OG. That was the last record I liked from him around there,
Yeah.
Cop Killer, all that was cool. But Rhyme Pays and Power were amazing. Rhyme Pays, I could spit whole songs from Rhyme Pays, bro.
What was this girl's name, bro, on that Power album?
Oh, what was
Darlene? Is that
Darlene? Yeah.
Darlene. Dude, everybody's turned the album cover because they want to see her nalgas.
She was so bad on.
That was gangster shit, homie.
He did it on purpose. Yeah, he did what he was doing.
Yeah, that was.
Oh yeah. Darlene was the baddest, bro.
Yeah.
Like looking like Hawaiian or Samoan, looking off.
I think she was. I think she was Filipino.
Oh yeah, bro. She's fire.
But bad. So Darlene, if you're watching, bad.
Oh, the baddest. Oh, she was bro. You had to have
that album cover.
That's why. Remember LL Cool J when he dissed Ice-T? I took the cover straight home to the bathroom. Like I fucking know, he like, but everybody
who
knew
didn't.
But I'm saying like, Darlene was a gorgeous, man.
Yeah.
Like, it still is.
So now.
Yeah.
Let the people know, because we've already gone over it. I don't.
Oh yeah, my bad.
No, there's no bad.
There'll be another
Intentional.
time, bro. We have
Yes.
to have another part to this.
What can people expect from 2Mix? I know you're working on an album. Let them know who this other artist is that you've been working with.
Oh yeah. So just to give you guys, for those that don't know, my main objective music wise right now is harnessing my music, right? Like the way you sell the DVD and stuff.
Right.
2mex.bandcamp. I have my music on Spotify and all that other crap, and they pay me pennies and shit.
Pennies.
But 2mex.bandcamp, I have 27 albums of Mexican descent, the Visionaries, everything I've ever done solo, all kind of stuff, bro. Comps, all kind of things. So 2mex.bandcamp, when you buy a record off 2mex.bandcamp, you buy a $10 record, I get within 5 seconds, I get like $8 right in my bank account within 5 seconds.
Awesome.
So to me as an artist that's always been independent, that to me is the only deal in town for me. All my Spotify and all my other shit is weak. Like there's songs on there. I don't care. Everything I put out is exclusively on 2mex.bandcamp so that I as the artist can monetize from it. So just to give you a quick heads up, the last record I put out, which about 3 weeks ago, it was called Operation Dark Winter December, which if everybody knows anything about this COVID shit that's popping, the government did this COVID shit before. They did it in 2002. It's called Operation Dark Winter. And so I just named the album that, but it's a really dope, aggressive hip hop record. It's produced by a bunch of producers from Boston, and it has like that Jedi Mind Tricks, Psycho Realm, East Coast nonfiction vibe. In fact, we have Gore-Tex from Nonfiction on it, and it's a really, if you like that kind of up-tempo Psycho Realm-ish type of sound, it's kind of a record like really that kind of like swinging. So that's the last record, and then the new one I'm putting out. Me and Sick Jackin from Psycho Realm, we have a group called Pyramid City, and if you know me, you know that for 2.5 years we've been talking about this shit. We got some songs, and just recently Jack's been coming over. We've been doing a lot of DMT, if you know about that drug, dimethyltryptamine. And after a couple of DMT trips and some shrooms and some 8-hour conversations, we've decided that we're gonna keep the songs we have, but we're gonna actually probably go take a little trip to like Palm Springs or something and lock ourselves in a house with some musicians for a couple
I like
weeks.
Palm Springs.
And we're gonna work on the record there. So we're gonna keep the elements of the songs we have already, but we're gonna do that. So I hope next year that comes out. Now the last thing I want to tell you, because I do a lot of things, is the next record that's coming before that one even. It's pretty much done. I'm just waiting for a couple songs. It's called Ghostwriting Songs for God. And I'm really proud of that record. I've been working on it for about a year, and it's produced by a female named Georgia Ann Muldrow, who's on Stone's Throw Records. And who else produced it? My homie Ill Brother Chat, and these young kids, man. This kid named Elizer, who's a very talented cat, man. Elizer and his crew. He's a Mexican cat. He's about 25 years old. He sings, raps, plays keyboard, produces. He is like a Mexican version of D'Angelo. I would never disrespect Prince by saying he's like Prince, but as far as being multi-talented, someone that can do everything, he's on that level. He's not Prince, but I'm just saying he is very, very. I honestly believe that the brother at some point will be winning Grammys and will be pop. He's so out of control. He's like a young kid. He sings, he raps, he produces, and he does it with so much soul. So I'm blessed. I have a couple tracks from him, and I have a couple tracks from DJ Breeze. And it's all my records are very schizophrenic. So it's a bunch of styles. So the new record's called Ghostwriting Songs for God. It'll hopefully be out in about a month. And next year, the Sick Jacket record. But 2mex.bandcamp, if you're a fan or if you don't know my music and you enjoyed this interview and you don't know nothing about me, 2mex.bandcamp. I know it sounds stupid in the world of streaming where you could hear everything all the time. No, buy my shit. Right. Support my shit. If 10,000 people buy any of my records, 10,000 people, bro, that's 80K. I could live for years off that shit. It's that simple. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah. I literally exist like that. Every time you download a record, every day, every single day, downloads, right? Pays for my Lyft, I'm 47 and I'm missing a leg, so I'm kind of like fucked up. I don't drive. It pays for my Lyft, and it pays for, more important than anything, my Postmates, which I'm addicted to fucking eating out. I spend about $40 a day on fucking takeout. So when you buy my records, that's literally connects to my PayPal and goes to that. So literally, I'm banking on myself so hard that when you buy my shit, it feeds me, and it gets me around. And my fan base is out of control, incredible. Every single day of my life, it covers me.
That shit is dope, bro.
So that's where I'm at, bro. And other than that, bro, I'm a really good MC, and I'm a good person, dude. Go to my IG, follow me, and talk to me. I talk to my fans. I have a radio show on Saturday nights, 101.5 FM, and in East LA. And I'm hip hop, bro. That's it.
Awesome. Fuck, I don't even want to end, but
hopefully another day, man. Hopefully
yes,
we'll definitely we'll do that.
When I have my 100th show, I'm gonna have a little 100th event, and I'm gonna invite everybody that was on the show.
Yeah.
Come here, have I don't know if you like mariscos, but
fuck yeah, dude.
Okay, I'm gonna have one El Jefe. Well, I just met him through royalty, and he'll come do ostiones, pulpo, jaiba, camarones, everything, bro. So I'm gonna have it.
I'm gonna come hungry, bro.
Yes, come with appetite. I don't know if you drink, modelos, whatever. We're gonna have everything. So the 100th episode. So I think. Hey, what's the date today, Johnny? What's the date today?
Today is the 5th.
Okay, today's the 5th. On the 11th of this month, it'll be 11 months that we've been doing this, bro. And I want to say this, brother, that you're here. When we started this podcast, it was September 11th, 2019, and we started out with 238 subscribers. All I wanted to do, and I continuously repeat this, was just promote this.
Yeah.
I wanted to promote Steve Yano. I wanted his legacy to live on.
And it will.
But yes, sir. But it continued to grow. So we said, okay, cool. We only planned to be on air maybe 2 months. We bought all the equipment, and we said, fuck it, let's just go for it, you know? And it continued to grow. Now, almost 24,000 subscribers within almost 11 months.
Fresh, yeah.
So I want to thank the fans
for
tuning in. So
they want to know the real history, bro, and they need it to be provided. This hip hop is owned by Viacom, bro. Like, they just give you that little MTV VH1 snippet shit. There's a whole nother 30, 40 years of true history that, especially, no disrespect, but the Chicano experience, or, you know what I mean? Like, it's very why do you think that, there's a reason your documentary blew the fuck up, because that just shows you the power of how we want to know, how we want to support. Nobody supports like the Raza, homie. The Raza will support the shit out of you if they love you, bro. If you connect with them, the Raza's dude, my fan base will destroy you. Your people will fucking always love you, bro.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
It's like that, bro. It's like that.
So much love, much respect.
Much love to all your fans, bro. I appreciate you putting me in front of all your people, man. Hopefully I made some new fans. You know what I'm saying?
Awesome. So much love, much respect to you guys that have subscribed and supported us and have been here for us. You know what? Much love, much respect. Now, brother, we come to the conclusion. Where do you want to give your shout outs?
Oh yeah, man! I want to give a shout out to all the fans that hit me up today and reposted the thing. All the real fans that hit me with the DMs that were like, "Oh my God, you're gonna be on his show. This is gonna be monumental." All the people that really care about the history of West Coast hip hop, and to all my people, man, my crew, Visionaries, the Shapeshifters, A Mexican Descent, the Good Life Project, Blowed, and D-Ski, and all my people, man, Filiano. You know what I'm saying? All the people out there, La Nina and shit, all my everybody that I love, man. Nothing but love.
Awesome, brother. Well, let me go ahead and say that I want to thank you for giving me the honor and the pleasure to interview you, brother.
Likewise, bro. Thank you. I'm honored, bro.
Other than that, this is where I get a little X-rated. So if you have kids listening, a la cama, okay? Hey, Spice Smuggler, come over here, sit down.
Hell no.
Come over, sit your ass down. A lot of people don't know that my brother, he doesn't like me calling him my brother, but he's the Spice Smuggler on Instagram, and he's going to be hosting a show called Freaky Tales Podcast. Freaky Tales Podcast is not talking about like freaky shit in the bedroom, but the paranormal, spooky, ghost story type of shit. So I encourage everybody to go on there on the YouTube. We have no content. We have already over 600 subscribers, and I want to thank everybody for that. But I want to go live with at least 1,000. Okay, at least 1,000, because the way this party line, chat line is lit, the Freaky Tales podcast is going to be lit. Every Mexican has at least one ghost story. Se me apareció el diablo. The devil appeared to me. I seen a fucking ghost. Some fat dude walked through my room. Something like that. Okay. We're going to be sharing all those stories on a Friday. Either we're going to go live on the 21st of this month or the last Friday of the month. So we still haven't decided yet. But other than that, I want to thank John motherfucking Elkins, because that's my boy, okay? Without him, none of this would be possible. And I always give it up to his ass. I always do. I always like walk up to him, give him a back rub and slap his little belly. But other than that, much love, much respect to John motherfucking Elkins. I'm going to keep it short because I want to continue drinking. But other than that, you can still go to johnmotherfuckingelkins.com, download all his nudes, still send a photo. He looks pretty good. And still got his pocket pussies. You can buy them any color, okay? Brown, yellow, pink, black, whatever the fuck you want. If you want a hair, little hair, no hair, whatever. If you want it scented, we'll just send you a can of tuna. No problem for the 99-cent store. Okay. Other than that, what else you got, Johnny? Anal bleach. If your butthole's a little too dark and you want a little pinkish, hit him up, johnmotherfuckingelkins.com. If you're a stripper and you need that stripper glitter, hit him up at johnmotherfuckingelkins.com. Okay, if you, what else, John? Wax. He waxes women. So believe me, just open your legs wide and he'll get you. He'll get all those little hairs and all this. But anyways, other than that, my brother Spice Smuggler, he's still selling dick pumps, refurbished dick pumps, okay? So all you guys during this quarantine, if you want to give your wanky little Yankee, hit him up, refurbished dick pumps. If they come a little sticky, just take a little Lysol wipe and wipe it down. Works as good as new. Seriously. Your lady would appreciate it. Other than that, what else? Oh yeah, my brother's also coming out with, Spice Smuggler's also coming out with Viagra toothpicks. Okay, all you gotta do is like suck on that a little bit. Y se te para. So be looking out for that. Then my son, B Scanless, he helps me promote that shit. Make sure you hit him up on IG, B Scanless, okay? DG Media Clips helps me take all, pictures, everything. He wasn't able to make today, so much love, much respect. Other than that, if I didn't mention you, it's maybe because you didn't deserve to be mentioned. But I don't want to forget Rhythmatic, DJ Melody, and I can't forget Tony G, Royalty, my boy DJ Joe Cooley, and I could just keep going on. So, other than that, brother,
man,
anything else you want to say?
Nah, man, I'm excited, man. I didn't know you had 82 episodes. I'm gonna start checking them out. Going back and see who you got.
I interviewed Violet Brown. I interviewed Lonzo, Arabian Prince, Sir Jinx, Mellow Mayonnaise, the owner of VIP Records, Calvin Anderson, Clientele, everybody, Chupacabras, La Llorona, Blue Demon, El Santo,
the wrestlers?
Mil Máscaras.
What?
And I also lie a lot. So,
I was like, what?
Yeah.
Like, how they got? I was like,
so, anyways, everybody.
That sounds good, though, bro. I'm excited.
Anything else you want to say?
No, I'm good, man. Hey, much love to everybody.
Tumex. Muchas gracias, hermano.
Igualmente.
Everybody, Sunday, tune in. You don't want to miss it. You don't want to miss it, okay? The haters come out tonight. The haters come out tonight.
Fuck.
The haters come out tonight. We out of here, Johnny. The haters come out tonight.
Fuck.